like I'm walking my ghost on day 777. Indeed. Greetings unto you, beloved and holy friend. I'm sorry if there's any wind noise. I am powerless to do anything about it. But I'm here in this moment with you, friends. It is day 777. We finally made it. Holy shiznit. 777 days? That's a lot of days. I'm starting to wish I was bald again. Moments like this make me really want to be bald. Like, yeah. Hey, Jarviv and Shannon and Candace. Yeah, 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 it's windy and there's wind noise. Yeah, and I can't do anything about it because my USB port's still broken. I really, I really, like with a visceral pain in my heart, dislike not being able to use them, right? Because in my mind, I like to think of return on investment. I guess is the correct terminology, right? And every single day that I get to use those microphones, I am returning on my investment. And now, my investment is stagnant, laying there. I know exactly. I can see it in my mind's eye. It's just inanimate, not getting to do its chirps, but it's okay. I wish I could say that I know when it'll be fixed. I wish I could say that I'm gonna get myself something else, but that's probably not gonna happen anytime soon. New cell phones are ridiculously expensive, unfortunately. Day 777 though, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Lois is here too. Siobhan as well. It is the Shannon Day. Candace, thank you for the love. How are you all doing? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, Candace. Uh, I get to look like a actual insane person for day 777, which is nice. I feel like it's kind of fitting. Today's whole stream topic, the one I wrote on YouTube at least, is we're gonna talk about Earth being heaven. But I feel at the same time, the number 777 indicates divine guidance, right? And I feel both divinely guided and like I'm in heaven right now, right? Like I'm being divinely guided towards heaven with all of this insanity happening, like the itchiness of these hairs tickling my nose, the rest of my face, the ego want to look a certain way, the story I'm telling myself about how things are supposed to be. Things are. Things are. Like, I don't know if I should ask. I think I will. Do you friends want to smoke a joint with me? Or are we gonna do a sober stream? Right? Maybe I'll ask you to be my divine guidance in that. Because I've been asking, I've been worrying, well, not wondering more than worrying, whether or not I should smoke a joint on today's stream. Mostly from this perspective of I can actually write intentions like divine guidance on my little piece of Garrick paper that I'll smoke. And I know, I believe deeply even, that when I smoke weed, it allows me to melt the self a little bit and embrace the self instead, right? The small s self versus the big S self. Smoke them if you got them. Joy Vive is like divinely guiding me towards smoking joints. Maybe I'll go and get them. Hey, Maxine is here too. Let's smoke melt. Connor, I think I need to, dude. Like all of this. I'm all about sobriety. Loizana, I I don't know what sobriety means anymore. I'm gonna be completely honest. For example, last night I was sober, but I wasn't, right? Like I had an experience that was like psychedelics, even though I was sober. I couldn't sleep, couldn't go to sleep, so I was listening to Neville Godford. I was listening to one of his books, and I was listening to it again today, and I'm probably going to listen to it 7 more times so that I can really ingrain all of that information in my brain. But I had this deep feeling last night of I am getting closer and closer to being ceaselessly in a psychedelic state of mind. And yeah, sobriety kind of eludes me, even if I'm sober. Does it make sense? And are you like, yeah, you're insane? You've broken your brain, Melt. That's why you're like that. No, please don't say it. I honestly feel that I'm just tuning into what the hell's going on in the world, right? And there is Hey Google, what is the exact definition of psychedelic? Ah, relating to or denoting drugs, especially LSD. Nice. Not exactly what I was going for. That produces hallucinations and apparent expansions of consciousness. I like the second one more. I don't think I've ever had hallucinations. At least not what I consider hallucinations. I've had visions. I've seen fractals, but I haven't had hallucinations where there are things happening in my external realm that aren't happening in my external realm, right? But the apparent expansion of consciousness, very, very much so. That there is absolutely, unequivocally, as a collective humanity, an expansion of consciousness happening right now. And I wonder how much of it is related to, the coming AI revolution. Maybe we're preparing ourselves, expanding our consciousness to be a little bit more vast so that we can assimilate the insanity that's coming. Again, smoke enough to be present, Melty. Truly soak up your 7-7 journey. That's what I'm thinking as well, right? I'm here for it. We did it. I wanted to be cute or something. Like my first idea to start the whole stream was running around like a crazy person. And like just running past the camera, right, screaming. And then I was like, we know you're insane, dude. Please stop. Please stop trying to convince us, please. And I was like, okay, maybe I won't do that. And then I just walked up to stream, and then the wind started, and then my scarf kind of wanted to come off of my body, and it legitimately felt like I was walking a ghost. And I was like, yes, this is exactly the way this stream is supposed to start. I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna go and get some things. You wanna hold space with me? Look at the mountains or something. Look at a Pippi. Look at that Pippi, she's a cutie, cutie, cutie. Oh, yeah, cutie, 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 cutie. She's not trying to bite me. She's trying to bite the fly. Yeah, you're gonna get that fly. Yeah, you're gonna get that fly. Oh, shabba shit. Lovely to bits. What, you want Pippi? You want Pippi, Cam? Fine. Pippi is probably gonna follow me though. That's the problem. As soon as I get up, yeah. Thank you, Kevo. I'll give you mountain view. Hey, Duck Dad is here too. There you go. You got some mountains. Look at them. That is so mountains. Where's the best view of the mountains though? That one? This one? Or this one? Yeah, I think so. Add some visual interest, foreground, background, objects to pull attention. Okay, I'm wasting time. I'm coming back in a second. actually stayed? Sweet girl. You stayed? I totally thought you were gonna follow. Oh, I'm gonna just come and sit down. No, you're leaving. We were more friends in this paragraph? I love you. I love you so much. Thank you for being in this heaven we call Earth with me. I know. I I know that it doesn't always feel like heaven. And sometimes it feels like actual hell. Causing ourselves our own hell, right? But these moments of calm, of presence with friends, of remembrance of this thing that we are always gives me some sense of hope. Right? That if we have come this far, 777 days, then we can go further. We can go further still. I think mosquito bited. Might have been a flea as well. I put some thieves oil on it. Put some thieves oil on my Garrick paper as well, Shan. Let me see what I'm missing. I need some mushrooms. That does sound nice. I haven't had mushrooms in a while. I need to grow again, I guess. That's probably what I need to do. But it's missions. Let me see. Again, Cable, it's nice having you here. Sobriety was me at 3 a.m. not falling asleep because I cleared my system for 2 days and ended up having a nap. That sounds kind of nice, actually. Thank you for doing that. Good morning to you too, brother Duck Dan, the Beard Catria. Thank you for all of you, for all of us you've brought into my existence. Peace, love, and respect to you too, dude. Ceaselessly psychedelic, yes. Maybe we'll do either heaven or divine guidance, right? Yeah, this is great. Wind noise, hair in my face, in my mouth hole. I'm tripping out here, yo. I'm having a hard time just being human right now. Like the fact that an insect bit my skin and now my skin is alerting me that I should be scratching it. No! I already put thieves oil on you. Eat the thieves oil. You know? I'm already getting spiced. I'm in heaven. Yeah. I'm in heaven right now. 777. I'll just do 777. Yeah. 777. And then I'll do to the side heaven. Yeah. 777 heaven, yo. And then symbols. There is a symbol that kind of looks like a 7. I'll do one of those. It's technically the other way around, but it's like I'll do a 7. I'll do a protection, right? So that we can continue to be protected throughout this journey. I'll do some enlightenment. Good old Degas. And Gabu. Oh! That's so nice of you, Dan. I love you. So cute, though. That's a cute little fox, dude. Thank you. Thank you for the love, brother bear. I appreciate that so much. You didn't have to, but it means more than I can say. Thank you. Thank you so much. Gift, right? That's the last one that I wanted to do. Gabu. It's a gift. Gabu means gift, and thank you, brother Dan, for gifting me some love in this moment. Some financial abundance. How sick is it? Oh, very cool. I have like a little bar at the top that I can, now see who donated with. Oh, interesting. Duck Dad. Thank you too, friend. Thank you, friends, for all of the love. I appreciate it. 777. Weirdly enough, one of the other meanings of 777 is allowing abundance for effort or something like that. I went and Googled. Let me do it again. Hey Google. What is the spiritual meaning of 777? Yeah, it goes, highly spiritual angel number 777 is a sign of getting divine guidance, right? That's what we're writing. At least that's the thing that I was tripping out about during the yoga as well. That indicates it's time to get rewards for your efforts. Thank you, Natalie, for rewarding me for my efforts as well, friend. The angel numbers can mean different things. However, if you're seeing the angel number often, then you should be happy. It is because the angel number means only positive things. Mm. Thank you, friends, for bringing just yourself, right? I am positively charged just having you in this moment. 22 friends, 2 uptoots, 20 daras. How about that? Yeah, more synchronicities. So much love to you all. Thank you so much again. Divine guidance, Natalie. Thank you for being a part of that divine guidance as well. Sent me so much energy this week. I have excess good vibes. Yeah, yeah, you get some. Had an impromptu extra meditation and yoga today. I'm going to lay her in my warm bed for 10 more minutes and not think of the ice storms going on outside. Thank you for manifesting some warmth into this moment and with me, dude. I'm sending you some of mine. Hey, oh shit. I don't have a hairband close anymore. I'll just look like this. And like melt. You look like a hobo. Yes. I am divinely being guided towards my hobo nature. Shova. Thank you as well, dear friend. I'm tripping out. You friends are actually tripping me out right now. Thank you. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the abundance that you friends share with me. Thank you for showing up with me, right? That sure, today is day 777, and we did this. I and I would like to believe that I would be able to do it indefinitely if it was only me. But the more I grow, the more I learn, the more I realize that even though I am divinely guided, I find myself amongst people that are divinely guided in the exact same way, right? That it might be not impossible for me to be divinely guided, but I don't know if I'd want to continue being divinely guided if I was divinely guided alone, right? Like the fact that we get to move in this direction that we call infinity together, actually collectively, instead of for the longest time as we used to going about it alone. It brings me a sense of comfort. All of you friends. I think Isaac is here as well. Sending you love, dude. Melt, are you saying living on Earth is the pinnacle experience for the soul when you say heaven? Or is it just nice? It's a good question you're asking. It's a really good question you're asking, Susanna. And I don't necessarily want to make a statement, right? One or the either. I a part of me, and as I say that, I start making statements. A part of me does not believe this is the pinnacle of existence, right? A part of me believes this could be the pinnacle of existence, right? So it's that duality. But the part of me that was saying we're living in heaven right now is the part of me that acknowledges heaven as togetherness, right? Unity is heaven. On the metaphysical level, eventually. Whoa, my pen is dead. I'll do meta. On the metaphysical level, unity in my mind is heaven, right? The ultimate coming together of all universal energy to reside with itself out of love, right? That sounds like heavenly to me. But then on the other side, we can basically say that this experience is exactly that, where we have come together as multiplicity in unity, and that is heaven, that earth, that part of us that can unite, that part of us that can connect like this in moments of connection, of remembrance, of this community that we've been building. That is heaven to me. And I appreciate being in at least this version of heaven with you, friends. What up, grand friends? Again, Isaac. It's nice having you here, dude. I was there for Triple Six, so I, I've been here for at least 100 days. Woohoo! Haven't you been here for longer, Sam? In my mind, for some reason, it just feels like you've been here forever, right? Because you're here right now. I hope that makes sense. I might just sound insane. Oh, so much love, so much more love. I saw a lovely set of words in a church yesterday. Make your life an exclamation instead of an explanation. Yes. So I'm happy you're saying that because it instantly connects me to a message I received that inspired me in part to do these streams as well. Brother Isaac. Let me take a sip of coffee first. And then lick the juice. And then actually I have to go. So at this festival, Carrie, his name was, probably still is, basically had us all listening, where we were saging the space, kind of talking about why we're doing it, right? That saging something can be like an exclamation, if you will, right? You're putting something out there into the world. And he set an intention for lighting this piece of sage, shared this energy with everyone. And then we kind of got into this conversation about names. How every single time you say your name, you're basically exclaiming into the universe, this is me. I am Meltmore, right? But ultimately, we're all talking from the same place, the I am. I am that I am, right? You are that you are. That thing that we all are, this unity, this awareness, this understanding of this very moment, is what we all are. And again, I believe that's kind of like where we come into the state of heaven. And then coming back to your comment about living as an exclamation, be proud. Be proud of yourself, right? Don't be prideful, but be proud. Like it's not a matter of oh I'm so great above everyone else, but I am willing to uplift myself, right? I am gateway. Yes, you are gateway, right? The intersection point between space and time, a gateway for your consciousness to exist in this very moment. Be still and know I am, and then exclaim who you are, right? You'll remember every single time. You are love. Thank you again, Jovan, for the love, dear friend. Let me see. 777 Connor, I see it you enjoying coffee while wrapped in my blanket cocoon. A grey and windless morning here in my environment. The rain is light enough that the birds are still chirping, but they're still able to wash themselves casually. They're singing in the shower. Little gangsters, dude. Being a bird and it raining must be quite an experience. I've seen quailfuls just sitting on the avocado tree, not looking like they're having a good time when it's raining. And my heart breaks for them. I would invite them into my room, have chats with them, give them some seeds, I guess, or something. But no, they have to be wild and stuff. Assholes. Suffer in the rain. Why can't I be Disney princess? I'd sing for you and everything. Again, so much love. I appreciate you, friends. Spence, I feel like for a month I've been very disconnected with myself, which I know is impossible, but like I was walking around with a sack over my spiritual head. Weirdly enough, Brother Isaac, I've been having the same moments, dude. For me, it's this weird perspective of, on the one side, I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know what I'm capable of. I know what my path is going to look like, will continue to look like going into the future, right? And then there's the other part of me that used to be, the part of me that we all technically are, right? And that part of me seems to really want to be itself, if that makes sense, right? And that self isn't necessarily who I want to be, right? It's the self that it learned how to be, but it's not the self I want to be. So during my journal entry this morning, I wrote actually specifically on this topic, and I feel like it's so synchronous that you talk about that, Isaac. I wrote, there are two versions of me, my skin. The one is loving, wise, and disciplined. The zero is angry, apathetic, and lazy. Both are strong, but the one I practice grows faster, right? So, yeah, maybe you've been feeling a little bit lost. Maybe you've been feeling like there was this metaphorical noticing, right? It's noticing this sack over the head. And it's like, oh, maybe I should help this version of myself. And the more you do that, the more you become aware of that part of yourself, the stronger that part of yourself gets. Unfortunately, and I wanted to kind of like capture that idea with that little quote as well, but I couldn't properly. The thing that's weird to me is that even though the version of yourself that you practice becomes stronger, the version of yourself that you used to be doesn't lose strength, right? So yes, by showing up for the things that you know you're supposed to, by believing in yourself and actually the hopes and dreams you have, and then consecutively, consistently putting effort, time into that part of yourself, make that part of yourself stronger. But, and this is a hard but that I still have trouble with, right? The other side of you, when it becomes active, right? When you activate the part of yourself that can let go, that can be apathetic, lazy, or angry, even, it comes back in full swing, where it's just as strong, it's just as capable of wrecking your life as it was when you made the decision to stop being that version of yourself. And instead of tripping out about imposter syndrome, right? That's been my trip as of late. So much imposter syndrome of like, oh yeah, you think you're all that? How about this? How about this thing that you just did, right? Didn't you say you weren't gonna do this thing anymore, and then you still did it? You must suck ass, right? No, you're growing stronger. You're growing stronger. I appreciate you friends being here with me. I think this might be, unironically, the most friends we've ever had in the space collectively. So if you're here only for a moment to see what's gonna happen on 777, a bug just walked over my camera. I love you. I love you. I know this experience doesn't always feel like heaven, but I hope, I believe that it could be. I believe that we can reach levels, either technologically, consciously, evolutionarily, that could allow this experience to be heavenly, right? Beautiful, abundantly so. And you, friends, all of us collectively, is going to make that our reality. Gabrigu, dude. I love you. Thank you. I don't know what that lemon is, but that lemon seems happy to see me, dude. I'm happy to see that lemon too. Heather, I've been meaning to send your, like, I've been reading your message, and I'm going to reply to it. Just know this. I see you and I love you so much, dear friend. Let me see if I'm missing. Again, Gateway. It's nice seeing you, friend. New pick, new me. How have y'all been? So much love. I didn't recognize the pick. Even those things weren't in the forefront of my mind, I decided to show up again. And I'm going to make a point to remember this every day. It is a kind of remembering it every day sort of thing. I feel like that's the thing that makes it so hard sometimes, is that this process we're all collectively a part of is easily forgotten, right? Not easily forgotten from the perspective of you are negligent or you are not present, but because you're so present that you become infatuated with this moment, right? For instance, the understanding that we are one. You're like, yeah, intrinsically I understand. We are one. Us as a collective, humanity, are but one species, right? We can say that. We as a collective humanity are living on one planet right now, and we're like, yeah, that makes enough sense. But then in like the example of my dad gave recently, I have two apples. And then, one of my friends walk into the room and eat one of my apples. Now suddenly I can trip myself out about, oh, this person ate one of my apples. How dare he, right? Me versus him. Separation. And I'm tripping out about how that same narrative, like surely in this example it's a person taking your apple. But that same narrative happens in so many different ways, right? Like for instance my cell phone breaking. That helps me from an egoic perspective to convince myself I'm separate, right? To convince myself that I'm not being taken care of, that love isn't true, because if it was, then surely these things wouldn't be happening. And instead of telling myself that, I have to actively remind myself that the love is true statement comes from a place of there would be no existence, no experience, including the experience of things breaking, at all if there was no love, right? There would be no multiplicity if there was no oneness. There would be no failing in the way that you consider yourself failing if you haven't, experienced some sort of success. I believe in you, dude. Keep showing up. Oh, little by little, we're going to grow the parts of ourselves that we want to be more so than the parts of ourselves that we don't. You know, I'm gonna. It's day 777, right? 777. 777 days of love is true, of indeed, and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friend. Right? I say that very seriously. Indeed. Like, there's nothing. There's nothing that's coming to top that. Indeed. This is a statement. Greetings. Hi. Onto you, right? This version of you that is perceiving right now. Onto the you that you consider yourself. Beloved, because you are loved. Holy. Not because you are elevated above any of us, but because you are whole, complete, completely so. And then friends, someone that you would like to walk side by side with, right? That's my favorite definition of what a friend is supposed to be. What is a friend to you, right? A friend, someone that is willing to walk side by side with you. Specifically, at least in my mind, someone that is willing to stop when you stop walking, right? And not stop from this perspective of will stop themselves from progressing, but stop to wait for you, right? Or at least stop to receive you. Like I think of it from this perspective of tying shoelaces, right? And I've had experiences like this where one of my friends, one of his shoelaces is loose, and then he stops to tie it. And then I stop with him. I just stop with him and stand there with him while he ties his shoes. And then we can walk afterwards, right? And even though that might be something small, I feel that's the kind of energy I want to see communicated through the whole, right? The kind of friendship that I would like for us all to kind of embody. This deep willingness to support one another, to see one another as the same self that we all are, and then to want to see that self thrive, to want to see it uplifted. You friends helped me so much, and I thank you for that. Really, so much love to all of you friends. The only Meltmore on ice I want to see is getting him into Canada. Meltmore on ice. That just sounds hilarious. What will I do? Will I like insane dance like I do on ice? It sounds like a safety hazard, yo. Goodness. I have coffee in my hair. I'm gonna try to not light myself on fire. This joint was rolled with the intention of 777 and heaven. There's one symbol that I forgot the meaning of. Then there's a protection symbol. Then there is a enlightenment symbol. Then there is a gift symbol. Hey Google, can you show me the Nordic runes? Uh, Water, flow. The first one was flow. So, flow, flow, protection, enlightenment, gift. Flowing into protection, getting enlightenment as a gift. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I don't know why. I feel it's maybe the interruption of my mind. Like when there's hair in my face, it actually makes me feel like I'm going insane, right? And like I guess it's my sensitivity, my stimming. I think that's another thing that they use to describe it. Ah, I'm sorry. The stimulatory effect of getting tickled on your face. It does not sit right with me. Makes me feel like I'm not in heaven, right? And then one of the things that I really like to remind myself of is choice. Mm. Is Lane here? I haven't seen him just yet. Lane, dude. I see you. It's day 777. It's nice to have you here too. 777 on the 7. Loving it. On the 7? Today is Flower 7. I'm not sure if that's what you're saying. But let's get back to it. I'm tripping out a little bit. Took me forever to get YouTube to accept my PayPal. Thank you for trying. Thank you for trying so hard, Gob. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you. Thank you, friends, for everything that you do. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for being willing to support this process. Again, and I tried to say it before, but I honestly don't believe I would have made it to day 777 if not for you. Right? I can't imagine what I would have done otherwise. Like it kind of makes me sad even to think about my life without you friends at this point. And it scares me sometimes where I'm like, "Oh goodness. Am I parasocial relationshiping or whatever?" And then I'm like, "Bruh, love is true. Love is true, right? I don't know what I'm doing any more than you. I'm not any more smart than you. I'm not any more creative than you. I honestly fuck myself up badly pretty much every day about how stupid I am, how uncreative, how lazy, how unworthy of success. And then I have to still push through. I have to still remind myself that, hey, yeah, dude, your mind is telling you all of these things, but love is true. Love is true, stupid. Stop stupiding, stupid. Stop so stupid. Stupid. And you friends do that too. Every single day, right? Even if you're not saying anything, if I can help, even for a split second, you feel love, then we're doing something right. Yesterday's whole stream was about this topic, about the value we provide, but I feel I didn't stress this enough. Your value. Yesterday we were stressing about what your value isn't, mostly, right? Your value isn't your money, your value isn't your status, your value isn't the amount of cars, but I never really made a statement of what I think your value is, other than infinity. I believe the true value that you bring into this universe is love, right? The pure quintessential essence that is your human love. That within this infinite universe, let's not even talk about the infinity. Let's just talk about the scale of our solar system. Within the scale of our solar system, the human being is fractions of fractions of fractions of fractions, right? The fleshy part of yourself. And then this fleshy part of yourself can generate a feeling like love. Love for trees, love for the clouds, love for pets, love for the food you eat, love for your coffee, love for the joint you smoke, love for technology, right? That you have this deep innate ability to love things. And that is what makes you valuable. And I hope, I hope that in our future that is something we can all recognize, right? If we can all recognize that the value human beings hold is their ability to love, and that if we can facilitate that love, right? Thinking about it like a capitalist mindset, even, right? That we're at this point trying to capitalistically produce, make more of things, generate more income. But if we can try to capitalize on the love we create, right? The love in a conversation that can be had between two people, love in going to a festival and dancing together, love in practicing yoga together, love in sitting in a sauna and just having a conversation, right? Etc., etc., etc. That the purest of value in this universe is the ability to share human love with one another and to uplift that, right? To empower, to feed, clothe, and house people so that we know for a fact there will be more love in the world tomorrow than there was today, because we made sure that that is going to be the thing that arises from the conditions we've set, right? Taking manifestation of future as an active imagining what the future could be and assuming that it will be so because you've made the right decisions, the right choices, taken the right actions to make it so, right? It's a trip of what manifestation even means to me. Imagination, manifestation, right? Contemplate those two words: imagination, manifestation. And if you really want to dive into that fractal, Neville Goddard, hey Google, Neville Goddard never got rid, nah, fam. Hey Google, Neville Goddard. Google is having an aneurysm. Yeah, I think that's his name. I'm listening to one of his books for the second time today, and I think I might listen to it again. I've shared this before 7 more times because so many of the things that we've talked about in this space came up in these dude's words, and I'm like, holy shit, this dude is long dead, and he's written these words down, and we have at least at some point through this whole 777-day process shared these exact ideas with one another, and to see it like crystallized, seeing that symbol in my brain, I'm like, oh goodness, we really are doing it, aren't we? And you're like, what are we doing, Mel? Loving. We're loving. Oh, we're loving in a way that we might not have even knew possible for the longest time. Just think about that, right? That you are loving in a way right now that has never been loved before. You have the opportunity to potentially love a person that is thousands of miles away from you, right? For the longest time, the only people we could love is the people we could see and touch, the people that were tangible to us, right? And some of our friends, Ryan Gaga, I think his username is. He thought I was a simulation for the longest time. He was like, I think Melt is an AI. Like, this is not a real person you're seeing right now. This is some sort of rendering of what a person could be. What the fuck? myself up. Please stop. Oh goodness, right? And yet still, you can generate love from that. Another fractal, if you want to explore that idea. Her, go watch Her, especially now. I think watching it now is probably going to be weirder than ever. I mean, it's probably going to get weirder the more into the future we go, but what I mean, nah, actually in the future it'll be a norm. Right now it is very much a manifesting fractal, something we can imagine happening. It's quite an experience. Oh goodness, I love you, friends. That's all I'm saying. I love you so much. The worst of messages sometimes. I read, process, contemplate the reply, then type, worry, delete. After a few days, it's sent. Quick before I check it out. Seriously, Heather? That is Joy Vive as well. Yeah, sorry. Joy Vive is like, seriously, Heather, and Joe Bud is like, I totally get it. I feel that completely. Meltmore doesn't set himself on fire on day 777. Not this time. Meltmore breaks the ice. Oh, did sci-fi tech separate Gabras, Babras into Gab and Meltmore? That would be such a trip. Yes. They were like, yeah, Gabras. Bob Ross had something going for him. You know, let's make two of it. And then two different systems came out, and they're like, okay, not exactly what we expected, but let's run with it. Man, the wind is kicking my ass. You know what's the worst part? It's killing my heart that there is wind noise on your friend's side. I can hear it. I can hear it. I can't hear it, but I can hear it. I can hear it with my soul or with my third eye. I don't know which part of myself I'm hearing it with, but I can feel it in my heart. And I'm like, bruh. Please, please win. Just for like a few seconds, right? I used to have microphones to make sure that I'm not bothered by you. And I'm tripping out how I wasn't tripping out, right? I remember us going through this whole experience of the wind being like this, and then the audio was like crisp. And I'm like, yeah, what's up, wind? Suck it, wind. And now I'm at the mercy of the wind again. Please, wind, hear my prayers again. I know I have been lost, but I'm here now. I'm here. Please, just a little bit of peace and calmings. Some peace and calmings, like 1%. Nah, fine. Wrong Joy Vive. Meltmore doesn't actually melt on day 777. Your friends are melting me with all of these potential, stream topics or titles. If we spread on a map of the world and draw a line from me to Scandinavia and another from Scandinavia to Melt, it would make a 7. Yes, more fractals. Can't stay for long. I have to catch up on a long practice time. Though, I wanted to say hello because it's day 777, which is a big one. Synchronicities. This stream is making me happy. I'm having a good time with you friends right now. This process, I'm tripping out actively every day, right? Every moment of every day, every moment fractaled into a bunch of little fractions of itself of every moment of every day. And then I have to try and imagine the future, right? Because it's important in my mind to imagine the future. I believe imagining the future is how we get there in a weird way. Like we can't hope to if we don't, right? But it's also the same thing that robs me of a lot of presence, of melting into this moment, that the future does not exist technically, and that I am riding this wave between actively imagining, manifesting, and already being exactly where I'm going. right? All of us are. We're not going anywhere. We're here. We are here. We've done it. We've done it. We're here. Right where you are, practice where you're going, right? Realizing that love is true statement should be a reminder in this moment as well to just see that our entire life has led up to this moment. And it's painful because sometimes it doesn't feel that way, and then it makes us feel even less that way, right? You don't feel like love is true, and then it's like a compounding effect. It's almost like it goes exponential on itself. Deep feelings of sorrow can arise. If you have some spare energy in the tank, metaphorically speaking, please imagine, right? Deeply imagine. Brother Ryan's brother is in the hospital right now. He's getting help. I would like all of us to imagine him getting better, right? I know we don't know what he looks like. I don't even know his name. But there's a person, right? And maybe we can extend this imagination to all people in the world. All people in hospital beds right now in the whole world. See them getting up and smiling, right? Maybe they can't walk, maybe they can't get up, right? For some reason. And I'm not saying that this is going to make any difference at all. But I would like to, at least for myself, in this very moment, imagine all people in such a deep state of suffering that they have to be in a hospital bed right now to get up and be smiling. How does it make you feel? How does it make you feel just imagining that? Does it create a sense of resistance in you, like that's not possible? Does it create a sense of lightness, like almost you've let go of something? Does it concern you? A part of me notices almost a place of me that's scared of us being that powerful, right? Imagine if that is all it ever took, is all of us collectively to imagine something better for ourselves. That this whole time, all of the bullshit we've been experiencing because of ourselves. Imagine that. Imagine it. Oh, oh, it's almost like we haven't imagining it this whole time, right? And now we get to imagine differently because we have access to information in a way we've never had before. We have access to each other, right? We get to actively watch manifestation happen, right? And sure, maybe that manifestation is attached to action. Maybe that manifestation is attached to discipline. Maybe it's attached to using words, reaching out, showing up. Maybe it's attached to financial abundance or the accumulation thereof. But ultimately, it is a we, right? It is something we are manifesting. All of those things collectively make up all of us. It's a trip to just think about how responsible we actually are. It's a bit too much even. So let's put that thought down. Day 7777 on the 16th day is the love month. You're right. You're actually right. It is the 6th day, and then the number 16 collapsed is a 7. And 2023 collapsed is a 7. That is true, Joe. And we're going to make our 7 geometry flower today, right? So this was yesterday's flower. Hurry! This was yesterday's 6 geometry. So what I'm wearing today is going to get turned into a flower like that. And I'm going to use the 7 geometry for that one. I'm actually very much looking forward to making it. And then day 777, right? Of course. And then that synchronicity you shared about the 2023 collapsing into 7, the 16th collapsing into 7. And then something that is technically not a 7, but it is related to me. Over the last 21 days, I've been doing this manifestation entry, right? So I started this journal entry. Give me some details. It's not giving me details on the outside. Maybe I go into the inside. No details here either. I'm trying to find out when I actually started it. But it went from day 1. You can't see it jack shit now. And it's going to see even less of the color I chose. Nice. Yeah, day 1 into day 21. And day 21 happened to be today, right? And I didn't know that it was going to happen. And then it happened this way. And day 21 is living abundantly. So I would like to share with you, friends, all of the notes that I had wrote down for today. It goes, and these can be thought of as manifestations or auto suggestions. All the suggestions, technically, you have to come up with yourself, but just take them as suggestions, right? Subconscious suggestions. Open your mind's eye and think of yourself as saying these things as I'm saying them, right? Living abundantly. Day 21. I am in a ceaseless relationship with my higher self. Sorry, I flipped things. Relationship with my higher self, co-creating this reality. Let's start that one over. I am in a ceaseless relationship with my higher self, co-creating this reality. I positively affect the lives of others and bring positive change into the world. Abundance flows easily and effortlessly into my life. I plant seeds of love, kindness, and freedom. All will eat the fruits of these trees. Every moment of every day, I live my life abundantly. I live in abundance to release limitation. All I want to build can be built from my infinite abundance. I manifest abundance so that we can all have more together. I invite and accept abundance because I will make the world a better place with it. I am abundant by nature, and material abundance is attracted to me every day. And then all of you friends collectively decide to share abundance into the space as well. Today, and we did this like a Google search as well. Apparently, one of the other things that abundance or 777 is supposed to mean is reward for your efforts. So I'm just like tripping out about the amount of synchronicity that is being induced into the space. That you friends happen out of the infinite amount of people that could be here to be the exact ones you are. 17 friends in the space right now, right? Like the amount of layers, it's 7 geometry flower there. Yeah. Wrong. Joy V 777 Ultra Vaganza Melt does light him on fire. Where melt more on ice comes lights self on fire and then goes onto the ice. I get so pissed when hair gets in my face. Me too, Susanna. Me too. I get so like I get mean with my hair about it. I'm like, I'll cut you off, hair. I'll remove you from the top of my head. Then you can't be in my face because you'll be on the ground. Okay. and I throw it on the ground. Love you too, Gateway. I don't know if you're leaving, friend, but I saw I love you. Touching my face enrages me, which is why the process of growing my hair for donation has sucked so much. I'm proud of you, dude, for sticking it through. One time, when I was manic, I thought spirits had control of my hair, and when my hair on my left side went in my mouth, it was demons talking to me. In the right side, it was angels. It's so crazy. Joy V tunes. Nah, I I I don't know why, but I've not resonated with a message that sounded so insane so much in a long time. Yeah. So it's weird that you went into like demons controlling your hair. I don't even know if I want to share this, right? Because this is some weird, wacky shiznit, and this is like the ego convincing itself of stories, to convince itself of its existence sometimes, right? Oh, there's things out there, so I have to be this thing because it's self and other, self and other. That's the ego's job, right? So my experience with the hair demons is like I'll be I'll be like in the midst of an experience like this, right? My hair is like this, and then as like these hair move in my like outside of my field of vision, a dark spot or a demon will appear, like captured in the little spirals of my hair, and I'll like look at it, and as I look at it, it disappears, right? And then I trip myself out about that. These demons are just hiding out of sight, because my gaze literally melts them. And now my interpretation, and I've had this as dreams as well, right? Demons to me is meanness, right? That is what a demon to me is. When I find a part of myself arises in some sort of meanness, like a, a way of being that isn't me, right? Uh, a hurtfulness, an angriness, experience of this other person, so and so, right? Every single time an experience like that arises in me, that's what I consider fighting demons as well, right? Like that is a part of me that is possible, but not the part of me that I want to be. And then as I was like really spending time, kind of leaning into this process of fighting these things, I actually had a dream, kind of synchronistically to this understanding, where I felt demons encroaching on me, right? From every single side, from everywhere, right? Of the infinity, a demon was trying to encroach on me. And I was, as this middle of infinity, fighting, right? As a person for my life, swinging my arms and kicking them and punching them. And I was like, this is exhausting. I remember saying to myself, can we still pull a card? I'm going to keep this on while I pack. Yes, I'll pull a card for you after this story. And then I was like, this is too much. This is exhausting. I'm tiring myself out, and they're still just coming. I can't, stop them. And then I realized there is in the middle of me a part that's aware, a part that is shining light on this particular experience. And then when I acknowledge this part of me that shines as light, I realize that the center of me is that light. And light flies in every direction at the speed of light, at least in this universe, right? And then I saw it like a hand grenade, like this a supernova explosion, melting all of the demons away. And I was like, huh, that was easier. And they can't get close because it's firing outwards ceaselessly. So, okay, a card for gateway process. 1111. Seeing more of the fractals. This card energy, the card energy propels me. Sacred geometry, right? Francine Hart. Hey Google, can you show me Francine Hart? Look at this lady. Man, okay, good. That's her. This is the lady that made these cards. Divine human being. Yeah. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, and there's the cards. So this. I mean, it's like triple rainbows on that. I'm not realizing we saw a double rainbow recently during our sangha. Like my mind is now getting caught in the internet fractal. Just let me see more. Let me learn more about Francine. So yeah, I'm gonna share. Very cool. Love you too. Let's see what card we're gonna pull. She's looking like she's vibing. Oh, she's been vibing. She's 73 or 72 in that image. She looks like she's in her 40s. Not exactly. She looks happy, right? And she made these cards, and now we get to experience information through the head. This is one of my favorite cards, and we actually did talk about a fractal like this. The spirals, right? The hair spirals and the demons getting caught in them. Look at that. These are synchronicities. Yeah. Rainbow DNA. Get some energy. Gateway process. Get some rainbow DNA up inside of you. You want to hear what this means? Card number 42. The answer to life, the universe, and everything is 42 after all, right? Conscious evolution is the core meaning of this whole card. Conscious evolution DNA spiral. Wow, no, you're the one that asked. Have we ever pulled this one? I think we have, but like maybe at the very start when we pulled cards. This is, I think, one of my favorites of the whole deck. I'm happy that we pulled this one. It's perfect. Let's go. I did pull it upside down, so I'll read the upside down meaning first. It goes, do not allow dullness to cloud your vision. Look to the rainbow DNA as a symbol of hope for the conscious evolution of all humanity. Look, of course, Gary freaking Lee is here. Gary Lee Haskins. Dude, we're doing it though. We're consciously evolving, Brother Bear. Certainly my brain is actually getting melted right now. Gary Lee actually being able to send the 777 as well. More brain melting. So Gary, just to share some of the fractals with you that we've been exploring. If you collapse day 16, it's a 7. If you collapse 2023, it's a 7. Today was the last day of a 21-day meditation that I started a while ago. It just happened to be day 21 and the last, of the whole fractal. It was Deepak Chopra's manifestation, meditation, practice. And now we pull this card, Rainbow DNA. Rainbow DNA, dude. Thank you for tuning in. I just got here too, of course, so you can hear this exact message. Duck that, boom, goes the dynamite, Gary. Human DNA uses the phi ratio to form the wave that spins our genetic codes. Scientists seeking to unravel the mystery of these codes observe a mass of unexpressed DNA within the traditional double helix, labeled by some as junk DNA. This additional information epitomizes our highest potential as yet unexpressed. This additional information, I read the same sentence. In most humans, only about 3% of this code is currently switched on, right? And this is pretty well known. Right now in your body, only about 3% of your genome is actually being expressed for, right? And I believe that our genome remembers all of the evolution we've been through before this moment, because all of that evolution built on your DNA for you to be this version of yourself, to have little handsies. By activating these dormant genes, we find the gateway, wow, to an infinite source of evolutionary wisdom. No way. No fucking way. This is fucking gateway. Oh goodness, again. By activating these dormant genes, we find the gateway to an infinite source of evolutionary wisdom. Decoding and activating this full spectrum of insight and understanding creates a rainbow of possibilities that correspond to the emerging field of conscious evolution. Part of that process is learning the dynamics through which evolution goes and does its transformational work. Through exploration of those dynamics, we can intentionally and wisely apply them to transform ourselves and our world. Visualize yourself spinning this beautiful rainbow DNA, activating your potential, drawing upon the potent emotions of love and compassion to stimulate the harmonics of your heart and speed your pace of evolution. Each time you act with your heart, you contribute to the intentional, conscious evolution of humankind and the healing of Mother Earth. You are the gateway process. Literally, right? You just happen to have that as your username, but that's for all of you friends. That's you. You are consciousness, right? Are you conscious right now? Are you having an experience? Consciousness. Have you evolved? Have you changed? Have you grown as a person? Evolution. Conscious. Evolution. Consciously. Oh, goodness. This is almost too much. Of course, that's the card we pulled for day 777. Thank you, Gateway Process, for asking, friend. If it wasn't for you, we probably wouldn't have pulled that card as well. Thank you for manifesting, dear friend. Amen. Alignment. I see you too. Yeah. Stop looking at me. Am I conscious right now? Debatable. Well, I don't know very few. I know very few things in the universe that, after being asked a question, comes back with an answer. Even an answer that is the questioning of its own existence, still to me is consciousness. Checkmate, duck dad. Put the consciousness in the bag, and then I'll give it back to you. I was thinking about some sort of analogy of investing your consciousness. I was like, I'm gonna put your consciousness into this, new tech company that's totally gonna blow up. And then I'm gonna give you your consciousness back when it's quadrupled. And it's like, huh. So what happens when I give you my consciousness? Oh, you just go underground. You'll still breathe and digest food. But we'll put like a pipe in your throat. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My mind is having a trip right now. I was like thinking about this whole people selling their souls, right? Like the fact that selling your soul is something that we say. And I watched this whole documentary about the jazz, part of the world, and these people selling their souls to get super good at jazz. And I was just imagining to myself, what what could you be given to sell your soul for? And I was like imagining myself as a fractal, as a person loving jazz so much that I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna give my whole soul, give my whole ass consciousness to this thing. Right? That's the fractal I was melting into for a moment. Giving our consciousness for evolution, for making more of it. It's a trip. It's such a trip. Love you. Help me evolve consciously, please. Thank you, water. Mm. Amen. Harmonics of the heart. Debatable. The last 3 years have been forced wild growth. It's been exhausting. But I would never turn back. Right? No. Like the versions of ourselves that we used to be might have been more comfortable being, right? But we know how to be better. That's the way I would sum up my last 3 years and looking at the old version of myself. That version of me really had a good time being, right? Existence, great. So fantastic. Just chilling. I'm like, yeah, this is fine, right? Now this version of me, having evolved, having gone through all of this work, is a little bit more antsy sometimes, right? Rajasic is another good word. Have this will, this drive to manifest, to change, to see actions become realized, which can rob me of my peace sometimes. That's why I'm trying to find some sort of balance right now. And it's been a bit of a ride, but it's been worth it, as you said beautifully, Maxine. Thank you, friends, for growing with me. I adore all of you for different reasons, but I love all of you infinitely and equally. This place empowers the feelings of hatred, overpowers the feelings of hatred and BS. Appreciated and respected are the builders and gardeners. Thank you, Brother Joe, for building us up too, friend. Love is true. That's what I feel in this moment, right? If we communicate the things we feel, love is true is the simplest exclamation that I can make for the way you friends make me feel. The way that message makes me feel. Love you, jump in. Thank you for enhancing the space with your good vibes, right? Thank you. Thank you, Maxine, for echoing as well. Put the consciousness in the bag. This is stick. Put that consciousness. We need to be evolving the consciousnesses, humanities. Come on, put the consciousness in the bag. Give me the consciousness. It's like, sir, please put your finger guns away. These are finger guns? Yes, sir. Oh, fuck. I'm hallucinating again. I thought this was a real gun. You can't sell your soul. Your soul doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the infinity. So it can't be bought or sold. Joy vive. Coming with like actual big brain wisdom that I can understand and completely agree and relate to. Yeah. There we go. Back in life. Even if you steal from a person, even if you steal a few seconds of this live stream, right? It's not lost. Ultimately, it's still very much here in this infinity. I'm tripping out how it's not in the digital realm right now, though. Like, as I'm saying these things, I'm like, yes, it's not lost. But yet, if the stream interrupted and actually missed a part of it, it might be able to reconstruct, but it might actually miss a piece. Mm. Guess we are going to be considering something new. Oh no, I didn't sign up to think about more things, damn it. That's too much, oh. So what my mind is going through right now is is the question of digitized conscious experiences versus personal conscious experiences, right? Where I am team, we are building infinity with our technology, right? The internet, AI, and especially generative AI, right? Because it's going to be as close to infinite as actually, mm, technically. So, yeah, within latent space, right? Latent space can be seen as potentiality, right? These pixels oh, my water just spilled. These pixels that you have that make up your screen, there's still some of it left at least, have a bunch of different values, right? RGB, so it has three different colors, and then those three different colors have brightness values. So how much of that light is shown creates different colors with different spectrums, as you mix them together as well. So you can see that as a mathematical equation, that three colors with different values over this entire grid, hey Nova, over this entire grid only have a certain exponential amount of values that can be facilitated for, right? So I know that was a little bit much, But to give you the whammy, the hook of that trip, is the fact that technically, within latent space, as this screen, maybe you're holding a cell phone or the TV you have right now, could, shot for shot, contain your entire life, right? Your first person perspective of you looking down at your arms, washing dishes, every second, every split second of you washing dishes, the way the suds form on your fingers, the way the stuff squeezes out of the sponge as you press it, frame by frame can be captured within this latent space, right? So technically, there's even more infinity within latent space than there is within our reality, and I understand that logically, but what we consider reality is going to be even more interesting, because even though I might, out of latent space, be able to pull something that looks exactly like reality, it isn't going to be as infinite as this reality that we're experiencing right now. Because even though I might be able to create like a whole simulated version of myself, because latent space can continue going into the 3D realm as well, which is a whole nother trip. So in virtual realms, there is an infinite amount of versions of me convinced that it's itself as myself right now. I might be in a version of that right now, right? That's also not off the table. But this version of me has the infinity alongside not just rendered reality, or at least snapshots or depiction, or me showing you an image, or you being able to experience things as me. I have the added fractal of being myself, knowing you friends, knowing you're in this world with me, the way I was brought up by my family, the things I experienced as a child, as a young adult, the things I'm experiencing right now, this stream, the stuff we experienced just before the stream to be led up to this moment. So you're like, what the hell? What point are you trying to make, Mel? The point I'm trying to make is this infinity that is you might always be, and I believe it is, on yesterday's stream topic, be more valuable than anything you could experience digitally, right? And then it brings this question up in my mind: balance, right? Balance. Because it's not going to be bad to partake of entertainment, to partake of digital experiences. And it's going to become a larger part of our lives going forward, obviously. But it is going to be about balance, right? If we pour ourselves, if we pour all of our consciousness just into the evolution of that realm, then this realm, the conscious realm, the physical realm, will lose out, right? You will invest only consciousness into the evolution of digitized consciousness instead of into this physical representation thereof as well. And I feel we came here during this time to be both, right? To be the duality, the intersection point between singularity and humanity. That's why we came here during this time exactly, I believe at least. We're going to get to be both. All right? We're going to get to be both, embodied and disembodied, when it comes to our potentiality and ability to experience, right? And I know that sounds scary, but think of it as you put on a VR goggle, and now suddenly you are a being in a virtual space, and your body, instead of this one, can fly, right? It can do that because you are disembodied. You can and the fact that our consciousness is just like, okay, checks out, dude. Your consciousness as a being walks into a virtual space, looks at itself in a mirror, sees a different body waving back at it, sees hand tracking, and is like, yep, that's me now. And just checks out, doesn't lose its mind, doesn't, spaz out and break. Nope, it's just like, okay, checks out. My arms move when I move my arms. Guess that's me. Okay, thank you, Nova. Thank you, Nova, for being here. Day 777 was bound to be a little bit crazy, right? We did ask for some synchronicities. Stream 777. Wow. Yeah, Nova. This sicketh, dude. And thank you for joining us too. I love that version of my name. It makes me smile. Wait, I want to see it. Mm, Jujaju. You bring so much love and light. It melts us all. Thank you for letting her know as well. I'm scouring off for now. See you soon again, Natalie. Love you, friend. Leaving at 42% battery. 80, 49, 50. No synchronicities for me tonight. At least not on the numbers. When I'm looking. You're in Brazil right now, Nova? Not even close. I'm in Australia. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. Don't know where you got Brazil from. We were asking last time. I also thought you were in Australia because of your sleeping cycle. Like I know it's like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. for you right now. I typed these nicknames so lovingly. I'm so happy that you feel that way. I was saying, yeah, more love. Yeah. I don't mind being wrong, Nova. Same. Time for a virtual potluck. I think it's happening right now, Lolo. I'm on my bed and a brown spider crawled on my arm. Now I'm scared to lay down. Suddenly, your body is like, here, have some adrenaline so you can run away from the imminent threat that you just experienced. And then your body is like, I'm not gonna lay down, dude. I'm not touching that bed. I hope you find the spider. I'm sorry that you have to deal with that. Nancy, love you too, friend. It's nice having you here. Mm, the scariest insect and arachnus nova. I'm scared too. I don't mind any of them anymore. I haven't been scared of a spider since 2019. Yeah, 2019 was when I was it 2019? Yeah, when I communed with the spider goddess, and I realized that she was kind of cool. She was like whole vibe and stuff, and now I get to kind of respect all of the little spotters because the spiders are really scared of you than you're of them, right? They like just want to survive. Like I trip out about this with like scale. Like mosquitoes must think of us as giants, right? Flies as well. But they must think of animals, like just cats and dogs, as giants as well. And like we're giants to those giants. But then there are things like elephants on this planet with us. Hey Leon! I think it's the first time seeing your name, friend. Sending you good vibes. Like elephants are, like giants towards, or in comparison to the size of us. And like even elephants are infinitely small on the scale of our earth. Excuse me. And then our earth is infinitely small, well, not infinitely small, significantly smaller in comparison to something like a gas giant, right? Jupiter. And Jupiter is so much smaller than something like our sun. And then we can just keep going with that, right? And it just keeps going. It's absurd. Straight up absurd. The fact that we have these little machines, like the new Kurzgesagt video. I don't know if your friend's seen it. Yossi. Holy shiznit. Little machines. Protein folding, right? The fact that strings of information literally start to coil themselves up, creating a certain little shape, and then that shape plugs into another shape and stuff. And then when they plug into each other, new shapes occur, and then they can plug into new things, and then those new plugged in plug shapes plug into and then that keeps happening until you're a person, and we're like, yeah, I suck. This is hell. I hate all of this. I wish I died. Right? That was the weirdest thing for me. Wishing that I died. Right? Like before I went into complete suicidal ideation, I just wanted to die like in a car crash. I remember fantasizing about getting a brain tumor. And then, getting taken out of school because I have like 4 months to live, and then just getting to play games until I die. And my teenage self was like, yeah, that sounds better than what I'm having right now. Thank you. Whew. And I heard something interesting recently. Is that a part of us that is childish like that, revels, enjoys that self pity, gains some sort of satisfaction from it. And I was like, right? People, imagining people at your funeral one day, and they'll be like, yeah, I really should have loved this person more when they were still alive. If only I reached out to them more. And then we trip out. We're like, yeah, you suffer. You're gonna feel so bad because I'm dead. Fucking hell. Oh, we're already at heaven. Right, and I'm gonna get to watch this hand age. Isn't that heavenly? I get to see myself change. I get to notice the effects of actions. I get to see things like little pieces of leaves. I swallowed them. I don't know why. I wanted to, so I did. What's wrong with me? I get to do things, I guess. I guess that's the thing I'm tripping out about, right? Like the exact circumstances that has to line up for that small little piece of leaf to fall in my cup, to float on that little bit of water, for me to be able to drink it. Right? Out of all of the options that this universe probably imagined, that probably wasn't one of them. Embrace the weirdness of living. Like I feel like I'm in like tangent mind space where I'm having a bunch of conversations at the same time with myself and then only saying like uh, tangential words. Like I'm like there's like bunch of parallels running at the same time and I can only speak on one of the parallels. But there's other parallels processing information. Does this make sense? I think it does. Yeah. Okay, good. Fractals. That's one of the other ways I say it, right? Like we're only saying so much. Like I'm if you were to simplify all of my words into text, it would be like a small little white squiggly line that came from all of this mental processing, all of these feelings, all of these personal experiences, all of these understandings that we've come to conclusions, right? And sometimes false conclusions. And you might hear something that come out of my mouth, and I might be saying it from a false conclusion in myself, and that could potentially hurt you. But what could also happen is you could be holding on to false conclusions in your own fractal, and then hearing me say something, even though I'm saying it from a potentially, and I'm saying false in the fractal of like hurtful or something that makes you feel like it's not aligned with love, right? I might say something that is aligned from my place of love in my fractal, but it might not come out that way because of the simplification of the words we say. Like there's so much depth of consideration parallels that are being run to generate the response to say something that information is always lost. And I think about new ways of communicating a lot, right? I feel like for the first time we might actually have the opportunity to speak beyond just noises. And we're already doing that, right? Memes, text is technically a new way to speak as well. Music is a way of speaking. Art is definitely a way of speaking. And there's definitely going to probably be some sort of evolution of speaking alongside having like a text to image model that is probably trained on your personal preferences and your data set, expressing to another person this thing that you're feeling. And it could be words at first, and then eventually it will just be intuitive, right? You'll get to interrelatedly communicate information, concept, understanding that runs on so many parallels that it will be beyond human language. If you want to see something that really kind of goes into this as a trip, go watch Orbital Children. I feel like that's also one of those animes you can watch to be like, where are we going? I feel Orbital Children is a kind of hopeful one, at least in large part. Kind of hopeful, mostly hopeful. Like watch it for yourself. It's like a very close imagining of humanity, like 200 years into the future, maybe. I can't remember if they put dates on it. Hey Google, when did Orbital Children depict reality? Mm. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Oh, that's too much actually. So I've shared with you friends that I believe one of the greatest changes is going to come around the year 2044, right? Just because my mind likes the synchronicity of the number 44, but I believe 2044 is going to be singularity, right? And this show depicts the near future as 2045. And it's very, and I know this is probably going to be a turn off to some, artificial intelligence. It kind of talks about the concept of a super intelligence. Super intelligence, governmental regulation, limits on things. Like there's some noodling that happens. There's definitely some noodling, but a lot of it checks out. A lot of it is still pretty concerning, but it is beautiful. It's well made. It's interesting, and it kind of lets you think. I like how on day 777 I'm just like hoying movie recommendations. I'm like, watch this shiznit, feel things, feel things, please. Feel things. Life is trippy. It is Nova. Thank you for tripping out with me, dude. Hmm. My cat kills mice without hesitation. Absolute gangster. What a wonderful community here. Thank you, Leon. Now you're a part of it. One of us. One of us. I'm a weirdo. I love spiders so much. Me too, Jovan. I've gotten like a deep sense of respect for them. I feed the spiders now, right? If I see a spider webbed spider and I happen to like kill mosquitoes or moths or something like that, I feed the spiders. I kind of like watching them sprint at something at visceral speeds. Because I see myself as the spider as well, right? That has to happen. Me as spider, right? I'm just chilling on my web. I'm hungry. I've been waiting days, straight up days. Just please, something fly into my web. And then suddenly, a, a god, an entity so enormous, I cannot even fathom how it moves itself. With its fist, brings an insect to my web and releases it. The insect, out of its sheer panic to get away from this monster that captured it, flies into my web, and I get to eat. I get to have it the time of my life. And I'm like, yeah, you get that bug, spider. You get it. You eat that bug. And I'm like, oh no, no, no. Oh no, no, no. The best thing. Did you get a blowtorch to kill it? To kill spiders? Nah, I don't kill spiders. And I do kill ticks. I kill the ticks with the blowtorch. I don't know if I should be admitting that, but it's the easiest way, and it's quick, right? I believe it's pretty painless. Because the other way is I have to like use my nails to pinch on their heads. Yeah, I'm a no. It's making me kind of allergic as well, Puppy. I'm sorry, but taking ticks off my dogs, I almost feel like I'm extra monkey when I do that. I I, I like legitimately see myself as an actual ape back in the Sahara, scraping through my fellow apes, fur, and then eating ticks. And I'm like, oh, dude, I'm not gonna do that. so I blowtorch them instead. Sometimes, oh man, sometimes I just throw them on the roof in the hope that the birds will eat them, and then I don't know if I should share more. Yeah, fine. I'll melt my ego, right? I don't feel because my ego does these things it says anything about me. I hope not, at least. I feel all of the the Freudians sit up straight and take out their notebooks. Stop it! Put the fucking notebooks down. Sometimes, because I know birds do it as well, right? For more context, I skewer the ticks on thorns for the birds to eat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Am I evil? I love my animals, and I cannot tolerate something that literally has like these. You should see what they look like on microscopic levels. You're like, I don't want to see. They have these serrated, like, like, so mechanical, like a three system. One at the bottom, and then two serrated and hooked, like jaw bits, and then they plunge like a blade that bottom jaw bit into your arm, and then with those serrated jaw bits they dig into your skin to get to blood vessels. Right, and I'm fascinated with how these things work and life, but that fascinates me in a way where I want to get it as far away from me as possible from all of my animals as well. And one of like Yudi, Pippi has ticks occasionally. The cats also sometimes. Like it goes the least. The dog that has the least ticks is Eva, and the animals that have the least ticks is the cats below her as well. And then Pippi has the second most ticks, and then Yudi has the most of all of them. Like I actively have to take ticks off of him, and I just imagine, if I had to have ticks, multiple ticks on my body every day, the amount of distress that would cause me. And yeah, I guess that, oh goodness, a bird pooped in my water. I think maybe in my hair a little bit as well. It's a little poopy. It's not the last of my water, I guess. Fine. I won't drink the poop water. Fine. I'm just sharing the love of the earth. Love you, earth. That water was so blessed, though. It was like double blessed water. I'll bless this one triple at least. Something. My wife woke up with a tick in her bed once and had trouble sleeping for like 3 days. It causes your brain like some level of like concern, dude. I'm serious, and I feel that same concern for the dogs. I hope Mel doesn't drink the water. No, I didn't. I didn't drink the water. I was going to because it doesn't matter. Like bird poop water, and it is so little bird poop, and it was completely solid. So most of the bird poop was on my finger and then flicked onto the grass. There was like microns, like little microns of bird poop in my water, and I was like, my immune system is probably up to check. In fact, my immune system will probably get like a mini update if I drink some bird poop water. And then your friends were like collectively screaming, and I was like, fine. I won't drink the bird poop water. You will. I probably will. If this was a desert situation, I would have drank every last drop of that water. No complaints. I'm gonna survive. I won't drink water. Sorry, puppy. So sorry. I don't want to put my water down and drop it again. The grass is not level, but my sandal is. At least a little bit. There we go. Melty, no idea. But the drum beat from Fatty Boom Boom just went into my right foot, and I started playing it on my hardwood floors. It sounded pretty sick, dude. I'm vibing just hearing those words, man. That's sick. Awful ways his teenage self wanted to end it. Wanted to be tired of sick. I'm sorry, Joy Vive. I'm going through all of the trips right now, right? It's day 777. You thought you were gonna join day 777 and it's gonna just be normal? There's just gonna be like, yeah, this is normal. No, no normal, only hardcore. I know they're harmless, but nature you scary. The poisonous ones, right? And getting bit by something that can like eat your flesh away. That was the thing that made me really terrified of spiders for the longest time. And then I realized that they weren't as common, and they also weren't out to get me, right? Like no poisonous spider or snake or thing is really out to get you. And I say that even though there's like black mambas on our farm, and black mambas, if they're like breeding, and you get within like a meter of their holes, I'm sorry, that's what it is. They have holes in the ground. They'll come and kill you. They'll be like, oh wait, oh, you die, and they'll kill you straight up. You die. They like if cows, come close to their holes as well, and in a radius, they can kill 6 cows with the amount of venom they have, right? And that just happened where people will literally find 6 dead cows within a radius, and sometimes it happens sporadically, right? So the cow gets bit, and then the other cows are still walking. So it's not like this. Potentially, the snake is like literally just sprinting from cow to kill all of them. But over a period, they'll literally find like a radius of cows that drop dead, and if you kind of calculate where the center of that radius is, you'll find a black mamba nest. But even though that's true, and we have had black mambas on our farm, a black mamba killed Kiko, right? While Kiko was killing it, we weren't even here at home. But that black mamba literally, shed its skin in my brother's room. They will kill you, but they haven't killed us yet, right? Because they also just want to live, and there is some wisdom. There is some wisdom. They know that they're not supposed to get close to you. Reminds me of Kung Fu Panda Ninja Snake. Hey Google, show me what a black mamba looks like. These snakes are all kinds of fucked up. Like they just look like so unassuming. That's what they look like. I mean, that is some Satan vibes. Right? Oh yeah, just a little black mamba. Like if you see that, you probably wanna get the fuck out of Dodge. And then, hey Google, how long does it take you to die after a black mamba bites you? Hey Melita, here you are. Day 777. It goes the venom. Before the advent of the black mamba anti-venom, a bite from the fearsome serpent was almost always fatal, usually within about 20 minutes. 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Like, we are unironically 26 minutes away from the closest town, right? Maybe our local hospital or hospital clinic will have anti-venom for black mambas. But 20 minutes! What an absolute insane number. So yes, I am also mother you scary. I agree completely. But even though these things are true, I'm not going to be afraid to go outside because there might be black mambas out there. Because there's people as well. There's mosquitoes. I'm more likely to be killed by a mosquito or a person than I am by snakes or spiders. So it's like a reframing in my mind, I guess. You skewer the things? I'm sorry, Joy V. I'm sorry. There is something wrong with you melting. oh, I'm sorry. I guess so. I do guess so. I cannot tolerate it. And a part of me feels like at least the birds eat it, and it's less gruesome for me, right, to kill them that way, because then I don't have to get blood on my fingers or something. I don't do it that way anymore because I have the torch, where it just denatures them, and then they don't move anymore. Oh my goodness! I can feel my future self tripping out about this. What do you want me to do, dude? They're ticks. They drink the blood of your animals. They'll drink your blood. And if you let them live, there's going to be exponentially more of them next time. Yeah, that's what You have my hands tied. You've convinced me of separation. Congratulations. Us versus them, right? I've been joking about, and it's half joking, it's unironic, real rage as well, about the whole mosquito situation, right? I got more muscuated today as well, and I've been like remedying myself with Shan's oils and stuff, and denaturing it by heating things up and putting it on my hand. Thank you, Melita. I've been doing it. I've learned. But mosquitoes are an actual problem. One of the biggest problems that have for the longest time faced humanity. Like if we could all collectively as humans, be like, actually, maybe we're not enemies. Maybe it should be us versus the mosquitoes. And then we start squatting. Maybe maybe then we can gain. And then after the mosquitoes, ticks, and then fleas, and then bed bugs, I guess. I haven't had any experiences with bed bugs, at least. I'm terrified of that as well. Uh, yeah, I'm cool with all of the other insects. I actually like them. My favorite insect is the praying mantis. Like I have such a deep respect for those creatures, and I can see them seeing me, right? And sometimes I hold my hand out to them, and they're like, "Okay, where are we going, dude?" Maybe I'm just anthropomorphizing. They're like, "That's exactly what you're doing." Bird poop in your water, and you immediately show us, yes, of course. I am a child at heart, after all, Joy. Actually melt. If you're going to kill them, you might as well prepare them for birds. Otherwise, it's just a waste. I'd expect nothing less. If I kill them, it's always for the birds or for the ants, right? I put them close to the ant hills as well. And then I sometimes, and I wonder, is there something wrong with me for doing this? I like to crouch down and watch the ants as they carry away the corpses of the ticks that I just killed. And it brings me joy because I'm like, yeah, those ants are gonna eat good. I'm melting. My ego is having a hard time admitting these things. It's like asking me to shut the fuck up. Stop telling them these things. You were supposed to grow up 15 years ago. Sometimes, is it because Eva doesn't have hair? It's because Eva doesn't have hair. She can shake them off easier, and they have less easy of a time getting a grip on her. Ticks are absolutely horrifying. They are my miniature vampires. Yes, yes, they are, and they carry diseases with them as well sometimes. My wife woke up with a tick again. The 3 days she felt something was crawling on her because your brain like goes into this hyperdrive mode where you've now had this experience of having something on you, and then you're like, the word we use in Afrikaans is kriebelrig, like itchy, or like you just feel something walking on you, and you have to like check something. You like literally open the blanket and like look on your body to see if you can find this thing, and then it's just like this stimming, right? This overstimulation that's happening because your brain is so wired now to seek or to be precognitive to detect one of these invaders that you're literally tripping yourself out, right? And I feel like that's also one of the things that these ticks, these mosquitoes, these fleas, bed bugs are potentially, do to you, where it's going to create this deep sense of distrust in restfulness, in safety, in comfortability. And I'm like, yeah, nah. Like that shit, I can't buy. I can't buy my 3 days of sleep that I couldn't get because I was so uncomfortable in my own skin. I can't buy more of that. I like having it always. I remember the cup is probably fine. In all honesty, absolutely. I know why Melty. Now I know why Melty is single. Look at me, Joey. I don't care. I actually don't care. Like, in fact, I'm probably going to up my weirdness, exponentially if I'm in a relationship. Because then I get to be extra weird without having to worry about any of it, right? Because I'm like, I'm spoken for. I don't have to impress anyone. I already, already like some people, let themselves go as a terminology, which I don't like. Right when they get into a long-term relationship, because now I don't have to try as hard to get a partner. I'm just going to let go of my cap on my weirdness because I'm like, I can do whatever I want to do. Oh goodness, I I don't know if I fear for my wife, but I wish her strength. She's gonna have to be strong. That's why I'm attracted to strong women, JV. We had this conversation. I'm sorry if I'm divulging too much information, but JV was like, I don't want to have to be a strong woman in this world. And I'm like, I get that. But if you didn't have to be a strong woman, this joint is not helping me. If you didn't want to be a strong woman, or if you weren't a strong woman, you wouldn't be who you are right now. Right? And who you are right now is the most attractive version of you. And that extends to even if you just woke up and you have bed hair, still in your pajamas. You are beautiful, no matter what, right? Because you are beautifully weird. And being comfortable is nice. It is pretty nice. Man, wait till y'all have kids. Poop, vomit, boogers, old Cheetos in the chair. Oh, goodness. I remember once my uncle was sleeping in my room during construction and a cockroach crawled on his face while sleeping. And his next time I went, I saw a massive flying cockroach. Oh, goodness. It took me 3 weeks just to sleep back in that room. No, dude, please, no more stories. No, I can't take it anymore. Giving me flashbacks. So much love. And now Melty is talking about black mambas. I changed my mind about wanting to visit South Africa. Like there's like again, right? More people getting killed by other people in America than there are people getting killed by black mambas in South Africa, right? So technically, you're still gonna be fine. Still gonna be statistically fine. I was here for this. Love to you. I like snakes. I've only seen little ones. I love snakes. I've held so many snakes in my life. It brings me great joy. You want to see a weird fractal of me? Oh man, I'm gonna have to go and do that thing again. Open Facebook. Oh, please, it's gonna tell me. Oh, thank goodness. At least on the website, it stays locked in. You want to see uber young Melt with a snake around his neck? I'm gonna get him snacks. Yes, see. How old am I here? This is 2014. I am a 16-year-old. A 16-year-old Melt. Him got snack. Got snack and got wolf shirt and got so many rolls on his rolls. This was not at the height of my overweightedness. I got fatter still. Yeah, I really like snacks, but I know which ones kill me and which ones don't. So that makes me like them more because I like a base level heightened awareness with snacks where I'm like, I have to make sure I don't get snacked, and then if I can spot what snake it is, and I can determine the species, because my mom for my fourth birthday or fifth birthday bought me like a whole snake book that classifies South African snakes and which one of them are poisonous and which one of them aren't. I could determine if the snake would kill me or not, and then if it wouldn't kill me, I would play with it. I'd be like, yeah, I got snack. We held a little gespikkelde boslang on stream in one of these streams as well. I can't even remember what day that was, but yeah, snakes are cool, and they also just want to live, even the poisonous ones, I guess, the venomous ones. All right, yeah. I 2 clicks and bam, snake bit vids. Two Bill, Kill Bill 2 days in a row. So much finger fractals being shared. Nature is scary. Nature is fierce, and we're nature as well. Yeah, that's why we're scared of one another sometimes. Joy Vive, warning. Warning then? Don't have kids. Last night my 6-year-old said, Mommy, taste my lollipop. I take it, I have a small lick and say, blueberries. And they laugh. I dunked it in toilet water. What's wrong with children, dude? Oh, goodness. That offends me so much. Oh, that offends me. I'm so sorry, Heather. Oh goodness, I guess you you understand. You gain new depths of love in those moments. And I guess you have to. If my child told me they just gave me toilet dunked lollipop, yes, I'd probably have a hard time loving them in that moment a little bit. I'd be like, you little shit. Why the fuck would you do that, dude? What's wrong with you? And maybe I'll take it as a teachable moment. I'll be like, hey, oh, no, but be careful. Like, hey, oh, would you like to have toilet dunked lollipop water on your tongue? No? Then why would you do that to me? I'm your daddy. I'm your dad, bro. I made you. I just see this little shit smiling, grinning himself to death. Like, bro, this is funny to you? I'd probably be super dramatic about it. Falling to the ground. Being hard to breathing. The light's going out. Oh, thank you, Heather. That was a teachable moment. Goodness, demonic. Musquat. I'd rather get bit by a mosquito than be around a cockroach. Now, I'm questioning, would I rather be bit by mosquitoes or lick toilet water lollipops? And it's like a. I wish I didn't have to choose. Praying mantis. They're so cool. They really are. Yeah, the stories are birth control. Yeah, that sounds like some sort of DRX ad or something. I have some amazing praying mantis photos to share for Melt. One was sunning itself on a bench next to me last fall. Please do. I love seeing photos. I saw a fat one, a green fat one, eating a moth on that branch, with our last sangha as well, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. I couldn't take a photo of it though. I guess I could, but I didn't. Children really do show us how resilient the human body is, whether it's theirs or someone else's. Yeah, right. They survive by putting everything in their mouth, and then they upgrade to manipulation, and then they start putting things in your mouth, like toilet water, lollipops. Oh goodness. I'm just gonna take that as like the warning sign. If my child brings me something and tells me to put it in my mouth, I'm gonna be like, what? You want me to do what now? You wanna be me? Remember? Want me to put that in my mouth? Why? Uh, I want you to taste it. I know what they taste like. But I want you to taste this one. What's different? What's different with that one that all of the other ones don't have? Okay. Uh-huh. So that's what's happening. Poisoning your dad, do you? 77% on the battery here. Just to share the fractal of the 777 as well. I've been waking up so hungry lately. Not sure why though. Your body is burning energy. As long as you still have body fat to eat, it is okay to be hungry. It doesn't feel good. I know. I've been struggling with that as well. But when you're hungry and you don't eat more, your body results to eating yourself, right? And sometimes there's enough of us to eat. Your circumstance applies. right? Take the information, test it, keep what works for you. I don't know anything. Toilet lollipop short resistance. My son has used earwax as paste to get to hang a picture he drew. 100%. I'm a very busy mama lamau. Pills, never eating shots. My just borrows my two child for 24 hours. That one, like the last bit of it went over my head. Earwax to hang pictures on the walls. I guess that is resourceful. That is pretty resourceful. Maybe when your son, graduates, I'll have a job for him. This man's will literally use earwax to get things to stick. He will make it happen, whatever it is. Becomes an assassin. I'm sorry. No, no, Heather. He'll be like a light warrior. I'm sure, actually. Pure weirdness, yes. I wake up hungry before I get sick. It's sort of an incubator for me. How about that? Really fascinating, Doc. Are you feeling a little bit sick? But he should brush his teeth if he wants kisses after drinking out of the poop cup. Yes, I will. I brush my teeth frequently, like we do with teeth brushing. Yes. I human too, of course, with the brushing of the teeth. Mm. Oh, teeth. Like, we've had this conversation on the stream before, where teeth is like the thing that trips me out the most. I I have a hard time. I really like the human body, right, as a model for interfacing with this reality, and I understand that teeth was an essential part of that for us to chew and cut food, and that's just the way that things evolve. But damn, the fragility of it. All right, the amount of maintenance. I guess like the whole human body has maintenance, but teeth especially. And we're pretty resilient. Like, I'm tripping out about the fact that I worry about technology breaking sometimes, but the technology that is you breaks as well over time. And we're trying to fix that. We actually are, for the first time ever. Oh, maybe we'll be able to fix the hungries as well. Be able to understand more of our own body mass index so that we don't have to excessively consume even when we don't need to. Because like everybody's threshold for how much fat they want to hold is different, right? And that as soon as you hit that threshold, your body starts releasing more ghrelin, which makes you hungrier, right? And then you have to fight this urge to eat, which is not a nice experience to have. Melty, you're a total catch. A strange, honest, looking goofy catch. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I trip out about the way that other people must see me sometimes. Only occasionally, right? I try not to. I really try not to because it makes me lose my mind. Where I'm like, hmm, there's definitely something wrong with me, isn't there? We have a nice and easy word these days that helps kind of facilitate understanding. It's autism, right? Autism. Hey Google, what's the definition of autism? A neurodevelopmental condition of variable severity. Important thing to pay attention to in this context. With lifelong effects, it can be recognized from early childhood, chiefly characterized by difficulties with social interaction and communication. Right? Which is why we choose to lean into this. Like, social interaction and communication are, I feel, the things that I struggle with the most. And I have for the longest time. And unfortunately, I don't know if it's my neurobiology, my makeup, right? Like my DNA, the dad and the mom I have. that makes me just not take that as an answer. I'm like, nah, I suck at something. I'm gonna do that something and get good. And then it continues, and by restricted, okay, let me just back up again. Characterized by difficulties of social interaction and communication. That's the thing that I've showed up for, right? As the thing that I struggle with. So what I struggle with, I do, and then, and by restricted, oh, I got pooped on again. Restricted or repetitive patterns of thought and behavior, and that's these streams for me. Did I get some poop in my hair as well? No, fortunately not. Restrictive and repetitive patterns of thought and behavior. And that is why we happen to have done 777 of these streams. It's weird. It's kind of weird, right? Like it really is this understanding of why I am the way I am, but it's also almost too easy. It's too simple to just kind of write it off to that. And we have different, like again, right, variable severity. That we have something called high functioning autism. But I've never had a fun time talking to what I would call my peers. Even my family do I have a hard time with. Most of my early childhood was spent with earphones on my ears because I couldn't deal with the amount of stuff that was going on in my environment. I have a piece of tinfoil strapped to the light in my room that shields me from looking directly into the bright spot of it because it makes me want to go insane. Right? And then people walk into my room and they see these things and they ask me about it. And to me, it just feels like something that's normal. And they're like what? My uncle slept in my room and he took my piece of tinfoil off of my light. I was so weirdly offended about that. It's a piece of tinfoil on my light, and yet I was like, what? I'm not gonna get That's some autistic shit, dude. Oh goodness. And yet I'm not less for it, right? I feel like autism is very much perceived as something is wrong with you, or you should be fixed, right? There should be something done about it. Oh, I think there is some poop in my hair. I'll wash it later. At least it got caught, right? No poop on the skin of this one. Thank you, hair, for shielding me. Oh, please. Oh, goodness. Like my ego was like, yeah, you're fucking autistic. Stop it, dude. Don't say it like it's an insult. It's not. Triple seven. Repetitive behavior. Neurodivergence. Alright, we've used that word before as well. You know what's the trippiest part? The amount of autistic people that are being born is rapidly increasing. Like, actually exponential. Right? Hey Google, can you show me the graph of autistic children being born? Oh, there we go. So, in 2018, we were at 1 in 44, and that number has since rapidly increased. There are more autistic people being born now than ever before in history. And like it's some of it like if you go and look at the data, it's not exactly inspiring, right? It is evolution, but it is almost like a reaction, as evolution. The amount of pesticides in our environments, the phthalates that we're being exposed to when it comes to the products we eat out of, the layers and layers and layers of separation from our homes as nature. We are evolving, right? Conscious evolution. I'd like to believe that there is some sort of wisdom in more autistic people being born instead of it just being some sort of conspiracy about us, slowly getting killed. Uh, I like to change people's desktop backgrounds to a bunch of disorganized icons. Try it sometime. Melty, so doesn't have kids. The answer would be yes, I do want toilet water sucker. Let's go make some. Oh goodness, am I getting bit by something? That made me laugh so much. I felt like I had eaten. Oops. Melty Dad is way more handsome than Jay Leno. No, oh goodness, I'm mad. Y'all are activating my cursed prank mind. There's chaos energy cannot be harnessed safely by adult Chauvin. Chauvin jokes on you. I am too unorganized to notice. Yeah, it's just like, yep, same old, same old. Why do some of my icons not work? Kiddo must go to grandma's. I need to get work done. Impossible, but first, sending you love, friend. Good luck with that. Creative pranks, not the grandma thing. My grandma grant you a blessed productivity. Sometimes I look in the mirror and I think I look so strange. Is that normal? I feel I almost always think I look so strange. I feel like it is just looking at a body, right? Because you're looking from a place again that is disembodied. That the thing that you are is still there even when you close your eyes. Never mind, see yourself in the mirror. Being embodied. It's quite a trip. So, uh, the birds are laughing. They're having time of their lives. So much good luck to you, Melty. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Joy Leaf. This is some wild consistency, Leon. Thank you. It is both my superpower and my curse. Yeah. Insanity. When it comes to what we consider normal, I guess. In the insane world, the sane person is the insane, right? And I don't consider myself the only sane person in an insane world. I just think we're telling ourselves an interesting story. We're pretending, right? That's the word I like to use, especially in a psychedelic state of mind. We're pretending. All of us collectively are pretending. I'm pretending to be myself so that you can pretend to be yourself. And then us pretending to be ourselves facilitates this experience we're having. Right? And if we stop pretending, we would just be unity again. But we don't want to stop pretending because we like pretending. That's why we're here. But what we're realizing is we get to pretend the way we want to. Right? And some ways of pretending are more fun than others. Pretending that I'm better than you and you're worse than me doesn't feel good. Might create some level of superiority in my mind where I get to isolate myself in my own pride. Right? Oh yeah, I'm so great. Everybody else fucking sucks. Right? And that might feel good from an egoic perspective, the child scratch. But that isn't facilitating growth, conscious evolution of the whole. Right? We get to pretend differently because we see, right? We see how pretending to be one thing or another facilitates one experience or another, right? It's a new level of responsibility. And unfortunately, it comes with some caveats. Hyper reality again, right? This freaking hair got like styled by the wind. I feel like it's kind of like an antenna. Maybe I can like get it more up. Oh, I see a white dove of peace fluttering over me, while it seems it's being like followed by a turtle coming down, almost like it's going to WWE move. I don't know what that's all about. It's like, yeah, peace, but also simply being. There are many factors that influence the chances of someone be autistic. Exactly, it's no coincidence that the numbers are rising. I don't think it's a coincidence either. I'm sure. That's why I believe so. Autistic people are neurodiverse, right? And not only are they neurodiverse, but their ability to get into these very locked in patterns can create beautiful concentration, right? People can be focused, extremely so, on what they love. And we're, I believe, being born more autistic as human beings because we need more of that. We need more passion, I guess, right? And that passion arises in multiple different ways. And it's not that people don't have passion, but this passion comes almost with like disabilities, right? You can be so passionate about the sound environment around you that noise can literally be distracting and even viscerally disturbing to your peace of mind. And that's something I deal with a lot. You friends know that, right? And I feel like we've grown. So even though we are this way, we can become, hypersensitive, ultra stimulated by our environments or by our own minds. It doesn't mean that we're victims to that. Doesn't mean it has to be a death sentence. And with our, growing rate of technology, even though we might have been born that way and it will be the fundamental structure of our being, with DNA editing and we already do it with medication, we can facilitate an experience that can be aligned, I feel. Aligned with the experience you could be having, right? And I feel we're going to have to figure out a way to support people. And we already are, building on that fractal. Like imagine, oh goodness, more people than ever neurodivergent, right? Thinking differently to the way of society, if you will. And then that just, accumulating. Fractals upon fractals opening. New beings coming into the world. None of my light fixtures have all of the lights in them. It's too bright to have the full-on lights, you see? I'm sorry, Nova. Being a kid is hard. It's true. I don't like being out in public without my AirPods. So much stimulation outside. Exactly. So much noise, dude. Uh, saw some poop on your head mouth. So I definitely saw it. You probably do. I think this might be some poop as well. Yeah, yeah. 11:11 right now. Gang, gang. Fractals. Nah, some people are normies whose brains aren't wonky. They weren't concerned with the spectrum when and where I grew up. I was never diagnosed with anything, and I rarely went to the doctor, but I'm not sure what a diagnosis would be helpful anymore. It's not necessarily helpful, but it helps you create context. It helps you reframe things, right? It's like a lens to look through, and that can be helpful and destructive, right? It can give you some sort of escape, and it can help people take less responsibility. But I like to see the things I struggle with as challenges. I'm like, oh yeah, I deal with hyperstimulation, especially with sound. Noises in my environment drive me insane. I'm gonna overcome that shiznit. Brute forcing sometimes, but mostly trying to just lead into peace instead. Make sure that energy is generated, but I don't have to actually react to it. The explosions is happening, but I don't have to flinch. Mm, definitely so. I'm behind. You found it already. Thank you again. I have ADHD, so I guess I'm neurodivergent. Pretty much. There are many factors that influence the chances of becoming autistic. Everyone somehow neurodivergent. At this point, I believe so. Basically, I'm ADHD and autistic. My wife is autistic, and Duckling Sure is on her way to some flavor of neurodiverse. If you need to chat, find me in the Discord. Love. Thank you for that. They weren't concerned. Yeah, I think I've read that one. Some people ignore me. Some cool with being wonkified myself. Same. Yes, Leon, the measurable part. However, the amount at which it interferes with daily life and how noticeable it is in a single interaction. Yeah. It is something that you deal with, right? This feeling of alienation with people. Like either you passionately talk about the things that you like or there's silence. That's what it feels like sometimes. 333. Synchronicity. Still 11 friends, 11 updates right now. So we're in perfect synchronicity. This is a nice and long stream as well. Heather, my word. Did I miss something? Yes, Leon, the measurable part. Exactly. I guess that's why I never connected to my peers growing up. I never related with them, and I didn't think like them. Exactly. Same for me, dude. Didn't think like them. Had different fascinations, right? Was deeply entrenched in information. Hey, your friends. No cult, just love. Yeah. Like, there is no expectation whatsoever. I feel like that's the first rule to making a cult, right? So much expectations. It's like I have to do what? Leave my family, give you all my money, just so I can be part of a community. It's a big ask, dude. Fuck. Just fuck. Why am I doing this? Oh, you're the Messiah, are you? Ah, okay, okay. And you are the only one that has connection to God. Okay. Uh-huh. Let me process. I think I'm gonna go for a nah. Here we like to encourage each other, all of us, to remember that you are the one in power. You are the one in power, right? I don't have anything that you don't, and I want to make that painfully clear. In fact, I might actually have less in some ways, right? Some of you have actual families, have kids right now. You have perspective on the world that I have not even reached, not even remotely. So you might have more capacity for infinity, right? Growth from this point onward than I could even imagine. You might be younger than me, have even more years ahead of yourself, right? For this infinite growth that you're a part of. You are the one empowered. Please, please. Right? I cannot save you. And I feel like that is the biggest thing that trips me out about the Christian religion, because it's not only, and this is something that we're probably gonna have conversations about this coming Saturday, and I've been thinking about it and preparing myself. Not only can I not, as an individual, claim to save everyone else, right? But to believe that someone else saved everyone else, and that the only way to heaven is to believe that that person has saved me, instead of me acknowledging that the only person that's going to save me is this I am, right? And I can acknowledge that that I am is in every other single person as well. But I cannot save a person to be saved, right? If someone is actually drowning and I reach out my arm to them and they're like, and I dive into the water and try to, pull them out of the water, and they kick and, squirm to get me off of them, and I have to go up and breathe again, and they keep sinking. Right? And it's this acknowledgement that when we want to survive, we will. And we want to survive, and that's why I'm not worried in this apocalyptic, right? Like even rapture, this rapture perspective, right? Like not only do you have to worry about dying one day because you need to be saved, but also like that card, if you will, can be pulled at any second. At any second, oh, like it's this weird debate, right? That is like, oh, everything might fall into chaos and the world might end, might be Armageddon, then apocalypse. Oh no, no, the world's ending, right? And that the world's ending has been a narrative in the human mind this whole time. Like we convince ourselves our world's end when some sort of catastrophe befalls us, right? Something breaks that is very valuable to us. We lose an excessive amount of money very quickly. Our wife, our husband, our partner leaves us, right? Our job, fires us. A career we were working on for 5 years, etc., etc., etc. This whole fractal that we've orchestrated, created our life around, believing that this is what it's going to look like, in that instance, ends. That our world ends. And then sometimes people kill themselves because they're like, oh, my world is over. I can't live without this person. How am I ever going to recover from this financial loss? How will I ever, show my face again, having lost my job? And your life is not over. You can still save yourself, even if you're 95 years old, right? Your life is not over. If you're alive right now, clearly, you can still save yourself. But there's no use in my mind in believing someone else is going to save us. And if all of us collectively just made that our responsibility, okay, right? Sure, I want to help other people, because there's a difference in my mind between helping people and saving people, right? I don't believe one of the things that I deeply look forward to doing as, community work is driving masses of donated cell phones and Wi-Fi slash Starlink modems, solar systems, and solar panels into Africa, right? Literally like missions. This sounds like insane. I know, but driving internet connectivity and cell phone connectivity to human beings in the midst of Africa, right? Like leapfrogging technology, because solar batteries, Starlinks, you can like drop these interconnected nodes of internet all over Africa, right? And I feel the more people that have access to this technology, and with the coming AI revolution, that means every single child that has a cell phone also has access to the best teacher in the world, right? And imagine the amount of humanity's upliftment, conscious evolution that will occur if we can actually do that. Day 777. Yes, more. Okay, let me get back to it. I think distinctions, like characters. I feel like I'm missing a lot of Leon's messages. I don't know if they're being removed or I'm not seeing them. Not even possible to have nuanced conversations in 200 characters. I'm sorry, dude. I feel like I'm so sure of myself, yet so unsure of myself at the same time. That's only gonna get worse. I'm sorry, Nova. That is what melting is to me, right? Like, oh, yeah, I'm everything, but I know nothing. And I know nothing, but I can understand that I know everything. And I know nothing, and I am everything. And the more you know, the more you realize how stupid you are. Because it's like a it's like a vector. Like your human mind only has that much capacity to process information, right? Or at least in this current neurological makeup with our current genetic expression, etc., etc. And that is also to me conscious evolution, like learning how to think better. Frameworks, I like to call it. What is your framework of thinking? Like your values, right? As like things you measure things with. Pivoting systems. Yeah. Maybe one day we'll be able to like really create like 3D visualized understandings of these things. I got diagnosed at 14. Nova gang gang. I'm sorry. Except for dyslexia. That one I had as well. It would be nice to have an excuse for my slip ups. I think you're perfect just the way you are, nonetheless. I just feel like everyone is in some way divergent. Maybe it's just a definition thing. Probably, Leon. I feel some people have a easier time interfacing with this current setup of reality. And autistic people tend not to always, right? That neurodivergency creates a dissonance with this reality sometimes. Good night, Nova. Sleep well, dear friend. We'll see you again soon. Mm-hmm. I think diagnostics makes things worse. It causes you to focus more on it and cause mental suffering as a result. It takes it makes it harder to get better. I guess it's a matter of perspective, right? If you're, and I guess we should know these things as well. If you're the type of person, and we can, with data analysis, figure this out, which can be weird if you think about it too hard. You can figure out whether or not a person is susceptible to external information to the realm of it worsening their effects or bettering their effects, right? Like, and it can be thought of as masculine or feminine polarity as well, where feminine polarity and feminine is polarity, right? Doesn't have to be vaginas or penises. It's polarity, right? Masculine, feminine. Okay. Feminine energy thrives on being encouraged, right? Mother Nature, I believe, is feminine energy. If you give plants water, they thrive, right? Encouragement. Where masculine energy needs to be almost like invigorated, sometimes made angry, sometimes made to feel less so that it wants to arise, sometimes squashed down so that it wants to explode, right? That's why in like military applications they like belittle men, right? And that can have some fucked up psychological, reactions as well, depending on where that person is on the spectrum of masculine feminine polarity. And we're all, that Dega symbol of that polarity at all times, and it's just where you find yourself at any one point. People that resonate more with the masculine have this response of, oh yeah, call me a sissy, I'll fucking snap you in half, dude. Right? They work out harder. They push themselves harder because of that belittling energy. But in our, like, for instance, a diagnosis can be seen as a belittling energy for the masculine perspective, where, and that's what happens with me, where I see these diagnoses, I see what they create in us, and instead of seeing it as weaknesses, I see it as challenges, right? Because that's my masculine nature. I see this belittling of, oh, you're autistic, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm fucking autistic, like I see it as a challenge to be beautifully, lovingly, regardless of these diagnostics. Where feminine energy, getting diagnosed, getting belittled, right, getting told you're less, getting told you're broken, etc., etc., instead of being encouraged, to work on this part of yourself. Oh, you don't like socializing or trying to communicate with people? It would be great to have you there. We love having conversations with you. Please come out with us. Right? Versus, you would fucking suck if you don't come out with us, right? Like that is masculine feminine polarity when it comes to information exchange as well. And I feel, again, neurodivergent people tend to be a little bit more sensitive in that way as well, right? I also actually appreciate getting encouraged more than I like being belittled, but I realize that that polarity is in me. Uh, as long as you recognize it, Nova, it starts to not giving power to the voice that tries to take your power from you. Know your worth, you are loved. Yes, thank you. So much love is being shared. Matters how we feel, exactly. Worry that we didn't discover the facade. Hey, duck that. Feeling like an odd one. Saying Shenancy, yes, but no. I was never diagnosed, so technically I would never have known of it. But I always had issues that no one could relate to. No one could relate to one, and it also felt like, at least for me, when I found some of this information, and I had a conversation with my mom about that, right? And she was like, yeah, I didn't really want to accept that type of vibes, right? When they diagnosed me with autism when I was a young kid, she was like, yeah. I think my mom saw the polarity in me, at least at that point in my life, right? That I was definitely more feminine polarity as a little boy when it came to my curiosity. I wasn't rough, right? I didn't want to play ball with the other kids or chase them around and tackle them. I wanted to look at bugs and play in sand, make sandcastles. I guess that's, just me being a kid. But I didn't like to get roughed up as a little boy. I guess my mom understood that my polarity wouldn't have benefited from telling me that there was something wrong with me, at least not at that point in my life. And again, I wasn't professionally diagnosed, if you will, but these things create some sort of synchronicity with your experience. And I feel, if anything, that means maybe even more to me than the diagnosis itself. Worried they just haven't discovered the facade again. Love. I didn't put any masks on who I am or represent myself. I don't fake myself around others ever. Thank you, Javon. Please don't, Nova. Give me some mousse and a blow dryer, and I'm gonna have Melty looking like Yahoo Serious on stream. I would love that. I would love to get like super weird of it. The There's a little moth. Where is that? I think I'm nervous here anymore. I definitely hide a lot, often because it takes time for my emotions around a subject to settle. I'm still learning how to be genuinely me. Always, you friends help me to do that. Thank you, Javon. You are encouraged yourself here, at least. We love that about each other. Oh wow, this person is so themselves. I've never had the experience of the person so self in themselves, and it's great. I think of it as like a flower, right? But so much more infinitely unique. Depth, depth and layers, never seen. And if you hide who you are, then people can't see you. Surprise, surprise. Oh wow, you don't say, Mel. Uh, does the cult money go in a commune pot so that we can buy ourselves a sick Lambo? Like, we're gonna have a meeting first, and then maybe we can buy a sick Lambo. uh, mm, Also, growing up, I just saw how immature everyone was and how differently I was to my peers. I never fit in. I wasn't like them. I was pretty lonely looking back then. I feel you, Nova. At least you're not lonely now, dude. We love you. Sleep well. I was raised neurotypical. I can speak in depth for hours about the damage I know was inflicted on me. I have tape on every light in our home. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, dude. Doc, did the nuances of those around you directly influence how you saw and interacted with the world? Probably. I understand the question. I don't understand. I don't know if I understand the question. Go back to bed. Love you again, dude. So much love. Totally. Sorry I had to. What did you do, Joy V? The cult money. I love it. I actually do. I also want to drive in a Lambo, right? At least we'll get a spin. You friends will probably get to use the Lambo for a lot longer than me. When I eventually get to America, then I'll also get to drive the Lambo. But you friends have fun. Casey, I get what you're saying now. Absolutely. I was always told I was wrong, never different. Yeah. I was smart but lazy. An undiagnosed ADHD male is told that they aren't good enough for over 20,000 times by 12. Yeah. Not good enough, not working hard enough, slacking. Lazy is the big one, and that one hurts the most, I feel. Uh, yeah, I'm just watching the layers. So many layers coming off. Like I was sent out of class more times than I'd like to admit. Our teachers in South Africa can do that. If you're being too rambunctious, they send you out of class and you can go and sit outside. I was kind of embarrassed. I wish I was like as zen as I was now, because then I would just sit outside and meditate. Man, I would have loved that shit. That would have been so nice. I, because of course, I needed attention at that point in my life, I guess. And the only way that I could get attention is to be funny, right? Class clown diagnoses, if you will. I saw that I could get social approval by making people laugh, and that felt good. And even if I got sent out of class as a result of that want, I was willing to do it. I was willing to do it. So I did. Oh, man, being a kid, you're trying to survive the social hierarchy. I was like really low on the social hierarchy. Like there was like two kids that got made fun of in class, kind of like offhand get made fun of, right? Where like, oh, look at this ugly frog, and then it's like, yeah, that looks like Estia. Like, bro, what the fuck did I do to deserve this? And there was one other kid that was also getting made fun of, and then me and him would have like this weird petty competition about who got made fun of less, right? Where we would try and degrade each other as well to create some sort of polarity with not being the one that gets made fun of for that day. Man, my fucking being a kid. Oh, yes. Yeah, that was right particularly hard for me to process. Like, why do people not like me? Why do people look at me that way? Why, when I talk about things, like they called me Chappie. In South Africa, we have this brand called Chappie that has these "Did you know" bars on it, where it's like, "Did you know that pearls are formed by a small grain of sand having small sedimentary layers put onto it, layer after layer, as the clam sucked in seawater." Right? And I love knowing stuff like that. Like I'm just imagining these intricate, little fractals of information building onto this little pearl layer after layer. Right? So it's like I love that. But then I say that to these friends of class, and like I see this dead space in their faces. Okay. And they call me Chappie. Like, oh yeah, I know the movie Chappie. Not that Chappie. That was before I was in primary school. After I was in primary school. Chappie, the brand of Chappies. Oh goodness, yeah. Sharing information, knowing things wasn't exactly valued, right? Knowing information outside of your current fractal, what's normal to know, was almost met with anxiety. Maybe that's what I mean with that space. My anxiety sometimes causes me to nova. Get together with the family, pretend to smile, pretend not to be so silly, etc. I feel you, Heather. I used to have so much loves being said. Sheesh, marathon stream. I'm so busy at work. I think we're gonna go for the 3 hour mark. I'm kind of tired. Like I'm straight up tapped out. But I love this energy in the stream so much, and I don't want to stop sharing it with a few friends. 777, right? There's only gonna be one day 777. Sure. Like, are you looking back on this day right now? How are things? Um, that's a lot. Are you alive right now? Relative, huh? Oh, okay. Love is true. Something instead of nothing, right? We're still experiencing. I bless your experience going forward. This is a lot. Okay. Gonna be productive or convince myself that I am. Love you, friends. Love you too, Heather. We'll see you again soon, dear friend. I was called Motor Mouth. With how little I talk. Nice. Nice. Kids being assholes. Kids are ruthless little creatures, aren't they? Goodness. Monsters sometimes. Okay, bye for reals. Love you again. Whether you're lurking or working or here and big in our hearts, we love you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you sending that love as well, Jovan. She's still my bestie, and we live a mile away from each other. I think I missed your previous message. I just saw you saying, I know the movie Chappie, and then she's still my bestie. Do I still love Gab even though he blocked me? Sure. Why not? I'm a bigger person here. Have you gotten blocked by Gab? How do you know that? Where are you blocked? Maybe your energy is too strong. Right. Are you seeing that bright light? You blocked me on Facebook. Now you're going to die. My comments are getting yeeted. I'm seeing your comments. JV, what do you mean? What do you mean your comments getting yeeted? Look at me, looking at your comments, looking at you. Looking at your comments, looking at me. Looking at you. Looking at myself. Oh, looking at you. Looking at myself. Looking at the comments. Looking at the... Day 777. I'm straight up trying to imagine what the future looks like right now. That has been my directive. I feel like it's almost like my new magnum opus mission. I have to imagine the future. And you're like, oh yeah, Meld? It's almost like you've been doing that this whole time. I know. I feel like I have to be more serious about it though. Like I have to be maniacal. Start scribbling down nonsense. Like sit in complete abstinence of food, water, entertainment on a rock, meditating for hours at a time. If there's anything that prompts my insight, write it down and then go right back to meditating. Like that's what I'm being called to do, a part of me. And I'm like, bro, that's insane. What's wrong with you? Like, you can't do shit like that. You'll lose your mind. Maybe I'll do it for a little bit. Not like for a little bit I'll do it that extremely for a little bit, but I'll do it a little bit to the extreme, maybe. Maybe I'll do 15 minutes extra. I've been meditating for like 8 minutes. Between 8 and 10 minutes a day for the last 21 days. And every single time I do, I'm like, I should probably do more of this. I should probably do more of this. So I think maybe that's another thing that I want to commit to. Because you guys are talking to him, and I don't see him in stream, and I noticed when you all said hi to him yesterday and today. Oh, okay. So you're not seeing his comments. Damn, you were still alive, Connor. We have 4 minutes, and I mean, it was just to quadruple five for a second there. So we have like 4 minutes. We're gonna do a 3 hour stream just to like tune into the synchronicity of there being 3 sevens in today's day. And 21 as the manifestation journey, you know, that's a 3 as well, of course. Beep boppity boop. Someone's popular in the background. You're talking about the rights? The cows? I'm so nannying right now. Have a blessed rest of your day. Love you too, Connor. Thank you for spending a moment again with us. I'll see you soon, dude. Tomorrow. Uh, might mean you have him blocked by accident. Hope you all have a blessed day. Yeah, maybe you have him blocked actually, JB. Have you considered that? You're going to sit on a rock and meditate and have no food or water. Why though? Wouldn't your connection to the infinity be stronger if you were dehydrated and starving? I mean more like as like a I'll still eat food and drink water, but not while I'm there, right? Like not while I'm in that space. Like that space is only supposed to be facilitating information exchange, either with myself and the physical, or with myself and the metaphysical, right? And water and food. Technically, I'm breathing as well, but water and food is almost too distracting. Like, and as I said, I think I'll start by doing little bits of it, work my way up to like doing another hour a day. The biggest thing, the biggest thing is that stops me from sitting on that rock specifically? Mosquitoes, right? That's something that brings me big disdain. Is disdain the right word? Remorse, sadness, right? The fact that my rock can't be sat on because I'm gonna have to be competing for space with mosquitoes. And I would rather not be in their space getting squatted. So I'd rather be inside hiding. Nova, sleep, typing. Crazy House would be the only day 777 stream. Exactly, dude. There'll never be another day 777 ever again. We'll have day 7777. I see you, version of self. I love you dearly. Thank you for being so strong, dude. 7,000 more days. What's wrong with you? Oh, nothing? You're strong. Discipline is worth it. I'll see you there. Fine. Oh, love you too, man. Oh, really? How do you unblock someone? Never mind. I'm sure I can Google it. Probably. Wouldn't that be wild? You have him blocked this whole time. If you hover your finger on a common joy, it comes up. Block or report. I got it by accident and didn't realize it. There we go. It could happen. It would be crazy. There we go. Okay. We did it, friends. 20 more seconds and it's been 3 hours. How do you know if your energy is clear? I don't know, dude. What do I look like? Some sort of guru? I don't know how your energy is clear. Maybe when your energy is clear, you feel like you're doing something right. Mm. I read a beautiful quote. I don't know who it's by, I'm sorry. But it goes something like, it's always the right time to do the right thing. And I was like, yeah, that's nice. It's always the right time to do the right thing. So maybe your energy is clear when you feel you're doing the right thing at the right time. How about that? Love you, dude. You're doing fine. Next day is 888, the day of abundance. Yes, I'm looking forward. Manifesting abundance for day 888. Hopefully the microphones work before day 888. If the microphones still don't work before triple, I'm gonna be having a hard time. I'm gonna be looking back at day 777, dude, and I'm gonna be like, what the how do you? And I mean, it's not that long. 3 months, 3 and a bit months. Yeah, we're gonna see this through. How how you math, Heather? I go from I think the next synchronistic, highly synchronistic day, maybe, right? Is day 888. The next repetitive number, E. The future is crazy. You are the future, Nova. You. Remember your responsibility, dear friends. You are the future. You are the future. I'll see you again soon. Tomorrow. Back in the space. I'll send you some dollars for new equipment when I file my taxes, Melty. I love you. Thank you, Joy V. Hey, Cable. Thank you for joining us as well. Back in space. You're tuning in as I'm tuning out, dude. I love the dark tonight. I love you, dude. I mean, it's a little bit cloudy above me right now, so I'm not getting to see any stars. I hope you do. Sending you love, dude. I love you also very, very dearly. Melt and all of you beautiful friends. Love you. Love you, Leon. It was nice having you here today, dear friend. Love you, Heather and Cable and Nova. Came at the perfect time. Came to get your love and give back. Womp. I see a trident slowly arising from the ground. Beautiful, solid space like black hilt with this gold furling over attached to the trident. Gold kind of extending out to the prongs as well. But then in the middle of the gold, there is this silver, super sharp blade that's on the inside of like the deep side of the blade. But then I don't know how to explain it perfectly. Let me sketch it roughly for you, Cable. So let me get a better color, some orange. This looks pretty fucking bad right now, but the way my mind saw it, it looked so sicketh. And then it went silver. Fuck, it looks so bad. So this was the golden, and it was like, of course, perfectly geometrical. And here there was this, as I mentioned, golden embossing slash like fractals that like had like kind of like crystallizing, and then it was like solid gold, and then this silver, like it was like almost like a sandwich, right? Gold on both sides, holding this silver inside blade, black hilt, arising as your energy, dude. Sending you those vibes right back, Kevo. Thank you. Oh, that was a little bit weird. Uh, Let me see. I'm gonna read them here instead. Love you too. Thank you, Leon. I hope our days are beautiful. I hope for yours so too, friend. Gold and silver trident, eh? Does Patreon take a cut of your money, Mel? Yeah, everybody takes a cut of my money. Everybody. YouTube, money cut. Patreon, money cut. PayPal, like a small little pea shooter gun. You're still gonna give us our money, but only a little bit. And I'm like, fine, little gun wielding man. Fine. Like I think, like for instance, PayPal still takes some of the money on top of the transaction, that comes from the actual Patreon, but they'll take like I think 5%, where Patreon takes like 20. I think YouTube takes 25 minimum as well. Yeah, everybody wants some money. Everybody wants some money, and I am okay with that. Right? I do understand that it's a business model that they have to run. I appreciate you being willing to support this space. Thank you, Joy, so much. Chicken foot. I'ma draw that vibe. Please do, Cable. Totally chicken foot. Thanks for feeling my spirit, bro. Love you, dude. Thank you for sharing it with me, man. Holy smokes, 20%. Well, I'll PayPal you what I want, access to paid flowers and perks, so I'll change my subscription level there. Please, I want you to be able to see the flowers more than anything, right? No amount of financial value is going to be just the fact that you were willing to see it. And the PayPal flowers are $1 a month, just one, right? I feel like I want to make that very accessible, but I also would like to see it grow into something beautiful, right? I imagine a future, and this is me being all idealistic. Surprise, surprise, they 777 seem to be that way. Divine guidance, right? That was the thing we embraced. So I would like to think of this as divine guidance, but do call me out if it's stupid. I see this future where a bunch of people can comment on the flowers what they see, right? And then upon you seeing the flower, you can have your experience. And then if you want to see what other people saw, you can go and read through those comments. And then as soon as you read a person's comment and you hear what they saw, going back and looking at the flower changes your whole perspective to the point where you're literally seeing now from a different point of view. Sometimes you can't see exactly what the other person sees. Usually you find yourself in that spectrum where here was your point of view, here's the other person's point of view, and now you're somewhere here looking at the same work of art, and it changes it. And I could see that growing in depth, the more friends that could comment on it as well. Please. And I hear it. Donate to Melton PayPal to make sure he gets the best cut. Thank you. Thank you, Cable. Cable is rapping as well. It's like, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Cable. That's why I was asking. I want to maximize my giving. Thank you. Thank you, JV. I appreciate you so much. I've got 11, 11, and 111 things left to do today. Ooh, that sounds like some line, dude. I'm got I'm got I'm got 11, 11, and 111 things left to do today. It does sound nice to say, dude. I like it. Yes. There we go. I think I'm back again. We had some disconnection. We did it. We did it, friends. Your cave bear self notwithstanding. We did it though. We withstand it. We completely freaking showed all of the fractals. It's like, surely you couldn't stream for 777 days in a row. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Watch me. Watch me. Oh, you couldn't stream 1,111 days in a row. Oh yeah? Watch me. What is the number that Lane calculated? 100 and no. Day 67,000. Hey Google, what year is 6,000? No, please. I will start. Hey Google, what year is 76,000 years from now? Uh, Days from now. Excuse me. I don't know if Google is gonna give me an answer. I'll ask ChatGPT instead. We'll calculate again. Use our AI calculator instead. What year is 67,000 days from now? It stopped. 1,000 days from now. This is the fractal of ChatGPT right now. Asking a question and then looking at a little flickering bar until it starts to talk to you. As another fractal for day 777. Like right now, I am interfacing with an artificial intelligence, right? Because we want to make a joke about how long we're going to do this for. And if I can do this for, like, I think we made the joke of 69,000 maybe. Let's see. To find out the year. Man, this thing is like maybe I should show you even so you can trip out with me. Right? To people of the future. Look at how slow this is. I'm gonna answer you in skippy skipper pop a squap up a mapping up squap pump squap. Give me okay, yes. So 183. Right? So for me to do day 66,666, I'm gonna be like 180 years old. 177 whatever, right? So it's this trip of how much can we challenge ourselves, how much of the infinity can we show up for. And I would like to hit at least like penta 5, right? 55,555 years of showing up. No, days of showing up, years. Suddenly, you know what? Let's go for years instead. Fine. I'm down for it. Let's go extreme. I think Cable is pulling cards for me, wishing you 111% productivity of power. You do readings, Cable? Oh my goodness, please. I do rarely. I feel it now. I could do another income stream, Cable. It could. Oh, Mel, I got a beautiful read for you. Please let me know, dude. But my math is human and can't be flawed. Beep boop. 2206. I guess what? I have 7 in it. Wise man, high priestess, ace of cups. A wise man traveling to the depths of wisdom and extracting from the depth of the universe a single cup of clear water. Wisdom. Whew. Cups of clear water have been a very relevant fractal, huh? We literally had Nova here today, who called our cup Ermias Blur. Thank you for that, Kevo. Mount is always seeking wisdom. Please, give me some wisdom. Can I? Please, sir. Can I have some more wisdom? Greedy little kid. Oh, mouth. Man and woman, dual presence, showing perfect combination of masculine and feminine. Dude. Kevo, I don't know if you were here for some of the things we were talking about, but you're hitting on some fractals that are very relevant. I appreciate you, friends, so much. Day 777 concludes with 7 friends watching right now, of course. Yes, yes, more synchronicity. 71% battery. Yeah, more synchronicity. Yeah. Squab up, squab. I love you. I'll see you again. Hey, yeah, Cable, triple. Look at that. Oh, swam. Oh, sevens. Got 7. Got 7. Love you. I'll see you again soon. Yeah. We did actually like look. I wanna share that synchronicity. Right, specifically, out of all of the things we could have chosen to search. 67. 67,000 years. 6 friends watching right now. Love you. I'll see you again soon. Tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.